हेलो। Hello.
Yes. Am I
Uh,
audible? Tell me.
yes, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, actually, I have a doubt.
Okay, you can ask your doubt.
Ma'am, actually, in matrix, I'm trying to multiply two matrices, but I'm getting out of one exception. Can you see what mistake I'm
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah, I can see. Show me your code.
Ma'am, see.
Hmm. Okay.
Here's the code of
First of all,
multiplication.
okay, you have taken RFI into RFPHD and okay. Let's suppose first matrix of is of size 3 cross 2 and other is of 2 cross 3. Please like add a check condition whether we can multiply the matrices or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Since you have
I already added. Look this.
okay, C1 equals to R2 or that one. C2 equals R1 also, no? One more case. If C2 is equals to R1, then also like or condition you can add here. Then only we can multiply. Else not. Or. C2
Mm,
equals R1.
R1
R1.
or R1?
R1, R1. So these are the two conditions when we can multiply, otherwise we can't multiply, right? So
Yes.
now show me the code. A and B, this is length, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if A is the length of first one, so in the
Like
first one, basically I have
R1
to have.
or C2. A is R1 and B is C2.
Okay. But what's in other case if R2 and C1 are equal? Like if there's opposite case, like I have added one or condition, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
why not using direct array one dot length, array of zero dot length? Why are you creating confusion using A and B?
Okay.
Whatever
Let
whatever be
me.
the scenario, whatever be the scenario, the like if this
Can I
condition
remove
that we have
this?
added, remove this and instead of this use ARR one dot length, ARR of zero dot length wherever required. Okay. For suppose in this I've on multiplying the matrices means taking the first column of first matrix and taking the first row of the second matrix, right? So there you have to add ARR one of zero dot length, no? This is a question, multiply the matrix. I think this is not yet added to the classwork problem. We will do
Yes,
this
ma'am.
whenever it is added. Okay. Abdesh, you
Yes.
understood now what I'm trying to say. Instead of taking A and B, try to take array length by using these functions.
Ma'am,
Because in
I already write this ARR of length, ARR one dot length and
now,
ARR.
now first of all, tell me how do you multiply two matrices? If two matrices are given, then you pick up first column for
Ma'am,
the first very element. For the first very element, you pick the first column and multiply all the corresponding elements with the first row of the okay, first row with the first column of the second matrix, right?
ma'am, if first matrix column is equal to second matrix row, then we can multiply only. Otherwise, we can't.
Huh. That's what. First of all, I
And
will. Can you stop sharing your screen? I will tell you when can we multiply two matrices. I'll explain you what problem like is there in your code. See, for suppose I gave you two matrices. Let's suppose 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. So the size of this matrix is what? Tell me. The size of this matrix is 2 cross 3. Yes. So the matrix with which it has to be multiplied, it should be the 3 cross 2. 3 cross 2 if it is there for suppose. 1, 2, then let's suppose here it is 3, 4. Then similarly, let's suppose here it is 5, 6. Okay. Now, after you multiply this matrix, what result will you get? Tell me. How do you multiply two matrices? If they are given, two matrices are given, then how do you multiply? 5 is there, 6 is there. So you pick up one particular row and like multiply with all the column values, right?
Yes, ma'am. Right.
And then you will pick up the same row and multiply with the second column for obtaining the second element, right? So
Yes.
where are you traversing from 0 to array? This is ARR1, this is ARR2. So you are traversing from 0 to ARR1 of 0 dot length, right? And here from where to where you are traversing? From 0 to ARR2 dot length. You are traversing along columns, rows. Like row values are changing in this 1, 3, 5. Column is fixed, row values are changing. So what should be the limit? Row length. And here row is fixed and column values are changing. Hence, what should be fixed? Row value should be fixed and column should be varying. So in your for loop, use lengths accordingly.
Ma'am, what are we doing?
Abhish has asked me a question to multiply two matrices. He has written a code and some error he was getting. So I'm telling why he was getting the error.
Okay.
Did you get this, Abhish, or still not?
Yes, ma'am. I did this, but I can't
Understand.
But you were not able to obtain the solution then also?
Yes, ma'am. I did this. That is you told. I did already this, but I'm getting out of bound exception.
Okay, I'll see then. The code is fine. The code is fine, but what is the problem is indexes, the length you are taking. In the first one you are taking. Abdesh, can you show the code?
Okay. Just wait. Look.
Yeah.
Instead of B, write length of B. Like instead of B, you have written in line number 11. Make it ARR2 dot length.
Okay. AR
2 dot length.
हाँ मैम
Okay.
वो
Now try out.
एडिशन मल्टीप्लाई किया तो फिर वो उसका ये बढ़ जाता है डायमेंशन ऑफ मैट्रिक्स.
Yeah, exactly.
एक्चुअली मैम सर ने ऐसा ही बताया है कोड ऐड के अंदर ऐसा ही कोड हुआ है बस वहाँ पे प्लस की जगह से इनटू करना है हो जाता है.
नहीं होता है.
मैंने किया है.
फिर वो
किसने बोला?
मल्टीप्लाई सिर्फ वो ये
मल्टीप्लाई का
मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा
क्वेश्चन
होगा.
ही क्या हुआ है अभी?
नहीं मैम
मल्टीप्लाई किया
एडिशन
है.
तो हो गया ना कंपेयर टू मैट्रिसेस के अंदर तो एडिशन तो हो गया ना.
एडिशन हो गया है मतलब मल्टीप्लिकेशन
नहीं
नहीं हुआ है.
मल्टीप्लिकेशन अलग होता है.
ऐड जहाँ पर दिख रहा है ना
अच्छा, stop.
Required.
Stop. Everybody else mute yourself. I am seeing the code.
एक मिनट. ये तीसरा एरे चाहिए यहाँ पे.
ये तो मुझे सही लग रहा है यार. 2 dot length.
एक मिनट. मैंने थर्ड एरे कहाँ बनाया है? किस नाम से बनाया है? इंटीजर AR2 एंड ओके. Now it's fine. मैं देता हूँ 2 क्रॉस 3. अब एलिमेंट.
अच्छा, आपने ये फंक्शन चेंज नहीं किया था क्या? मुझे कोड तो बिल्कुल सही लग रहा है. बाकी
Look.
Index out of bounds. So somewhere you have added 2 or what? In which line it is showing error of 12 line? Show me the line number 12. 12 array. Okay, answer of ij equals to array1 of ik into array2 2 of kj. It is correct. Why it is showing such error? I equals to 0, I is less than RA1 dot length, that is okay. J equals to 0, J is lesser than RA1 of 0 dot length. RA2 of 0 dot length, make it to RA2 of 0 dot length.
Here,
Huh. And
okay.
similarly RA2 dot length. Now the index seems to be fine, but still if doesn't gives me like doesn't gives you the result, then I think something else is there, but now it should give you the correct answer. ऐसा ही logic होता है.
Wait. Can't multiply. Okay, I think now it's fine.
Dimensions you have given is wrong, I think. Give 2
No,
cross
ma'am.
3 and 3
It's
cross.
now error is resolved. I think it's
But the multiplication code is like according to the logic, it seems fine. Can't multiply. Why it's giving you can't multiply? What was the dimensions of the like matrices you have taken as input?
in the first matrix I gave 3 cross 2, and in the second matrix I gave it 3 cross 2 also. Yes, I have to give some
Second one
different.
also 3 cross 2. How so I can give 2 cross 3, no? The first condition itself is not getting validated, so how it will run? Again error at the same line. Okay, send me this code, I will see what is the problem. Okay, the code is fine, I will have to work on this where it is giving this problem. Avdesh, send me this code on Slack. Personally TM me this. Any other student has any doubt? Any other student has any doubt? Now are you getting comfortable with matrices or not? Tell me. सर ने बताया
No, ma'am.
सिर्फ 8 की जगह मल्टीप्लाई करना है. Not getting comfortable in what kind of questions, Vishal? सर ने मैम बताया है मैम सिर्फ ऐड की जगह मल्टीप्लाई करना है. वेट फॉर अ मिनट. Which question ऐड की जगह मल्टीप्लाई करना है? कौन से क्वेश्चन की बात कर रहे हैं यार?
मल्टीप्लाई में ऐड से थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है. एक्चुअली हमें पूरा रो और कॉलम को मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ता है, उसको फिर ऐड करना पड़ता है, एक एलिमेंट बनता है.
ऐड की जगह मल्टीप्लाई किए तो वो सिर्फ स्केलर मल्टीप्लिकेशन होता है.
हाँ, तो केवल वो एक
पूरा मल्टीप्लाई. अच्छा ठीक है, वो मतलब ऐसा मैथ्स के हिसाब से. अच्छा, मतलब कॉलम टू कॉलम वो वाला
ऐड भी करना होता है.
अच्छा,
हाँ,
स्टॉप.
पूरे रो में ट्रैवर्स करके और पूरी कॉलम में ट्रैवर्स करके उसको सारे को मल्टीप्लाई करो और ऐड कर दो.
डायमेंशन भी चेंज हो जाता है.
हाँ, डायमेंशन चेंज हो जाता है.
Okay, we'll see that. No need to worry. Vishal, you were saying something. Vishal, are you there?
Ma'am, where I have to send this code?
On Slack, message me personally.
अवधेश मुझे भी करेगा क्या कोड सेंड?
जरूर भाई.
स्लैक पे कर.
Slack.
Now will you please stop, both of you?
ओके मैम.
अगर हो गया हो तो.
मैम आपको किस नाम से सर्च करूं?
श्रेया पांडे. Yes, Vishal. अभी कोई नहीं बोलेगा. Except you.
मैम मुझे ना वो मतलब मैट्रिसेस समझ ही में ही नहीं आ रहा है कि कब मतलब मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है, कब मतलब और वो उसके एक क्या लेना है, रो कब लेना है, कॉलम कब लेना है, वो ही समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. मैं स्टिल कंफ्यूज हूँ इसमें.
अच्छा, टेल मी एनी क्वेश्चन, आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू. कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन बता दीजिए जिसमें आपको प्रॉब्लम फेस हुई हो, तो आई विल
मैम
एक्सप्लेन दैट.
मैम सर जब एक्सप्लेन कर दे तभी समझ जाता है, बट अभी मतलब मैं वही क्वेश्चन अभी देख रहा हूँ यार, वही मतलब कंफ्यूज हो जा रहा हूँ. और फिर तो आप ही
नाउ
मतलब
व्हाट आई वुड से. हाँ,
रैंडमली एक
what?
क्वेश्चन बता के मतलब आप मतलब बता दो
ठीक
मुझे.
है. Okay, okay. Shall I take spiral matrix? That is a
ओके
good
मैम.
question to understand. Okay.
ओके.
Let me
एंड
open the
मैम आप
class.
क्या बोल
What?
रहे थे यार, मैंने आपको
हाँ,
इंटरप्ट कर दिया है इसमें, कुछ तो भी सजेशन दे रहे थे आप मुझे.
हाँ, वो मैं बोल रही थी कि ड्राई रन किया था खुद से क्वेश्चंस, मतलब.
यस मैम, ड्राई रन भी करता हूँ, स्टिल कंफ्यूजन ही रहता है मुझे कि यार मतलब ये क्या हो रहा है कब. अभी ये क्वेश्चन मतलब अवधेश का अभी देख रहा था यार, मैं कंफ्यूज ही था कि इसने क्या किया है.
हाँ, तो वो क्वेश्चन अभी समझ नहीं आएगा. लाइक multiplied matrices, that is like 3 nested loops you have to use. तो अभी वो नहीं समझ में आया तो कोई बात नहीं, पर जो क्वेश्चंस हो गए वो समझ में आए.
हाँ वो तो
द
थोड़े वो समझ में आ जाते हैं, बट खुद से करता हूँ ना तो कंफ्यूज रहता हूँ मैं थोड़ा.
Okay, no problem. I'll tell you. So, did you understand this question? Reverse rows of matrix. ये
यस
क्वेश्चन
मैम.
समझ. ठीक है. So I will take spiral matrix. Okay. Whenever there is a question given to you related matrix, now what you need to do is you need to see how columns and rows are varying. For suppose in this matrix you have to print this fashion, right? You have to
मैम
print in this fashion.
मैम ये क्वेश्चन कल ही हुआ है ना, तो ये मुझे पता है, ठीक है. तो आप
अच्छा,
दूसरा
अच्छा.
कोई क्वेश्चन ले लो.
कौन सा क्वेश्चन दूं?
ओके.
With given condition, ये वाला क्वेश्चन दूं?
यस
तो
मैम ये
क्वेश्चन,
ले ले.
print the matrix columns by starting from 0. Who is there? Can you please mute? So print the matrix column by starting from the 0th column such that even column is traversed from top to bottom and odd column is traversed from bottom to top. So here they are saying you need to check for the columns whether they are even or odd. So let's see this matrix. In this matrix, this will be 0th column, this will be first column, this will be second column, right? So now what you need to do is you need to check whether the column number at which we are currently standing is even or odd. For suppose here, this is 0th column. So 0 is an even numbered column, right? Even numbered column. So in the question they have given, if there is even numbered column, then you need to traverse the row from top to bottom. If it is even numbered, then print in the way as it is present in the matrix. But what happens if there is an odd numbered column? For suppose here 1 is there. 1 means odd numbered column. So odd numbered column, you need to print from last to first along the row column values. Like 105 is there, so you need to print reverse of it, 501. That is from bottom to top. Okay, this is the question. So now how will you use loops? First of all, you will have to check whether the column number is odd or even, yes. So why not placing column at first would benefit us, yes?
Yes ma'am.
In the question, first of all, you need to check whether it is odd numbered or even numbered. So for that, you will have to loop your column outer, yes, and then you will loop your row values. Now tell me, if you're printing your 0th column, which value is fixed and which value is varying? If you are printing 3, 3, 4, so which value is fixed and which value is changing? Column number is fixed.
कॉलम फिक्स रहेगा और रो चेंज.
हाँ, row change होगा. तो why not, if we have already checked that this particular column number is even, so why not loop from 0 to number of rows that are present in this matrix and print what value? Row value and column value. Row value that will be changing and column is fixed because we have taken it in outer loop. Yes.
Yes.
Now can you relate somewhat? That's what I'm saying. Let's see the code simultaneously. So what will be happening? I have taken, like we have taken columns is the outer loop. Now we will be checking whether this column value is even. Yes, if it is even, then you need to print from in what fashion? Starting from 0 to whatever number of rows are there. So that now that is matrix of row column. So that will be getting printed. Okay. Now what happens if there is odd numbered column? Let's suppose 1 is here, 1 is here. So now tell me in this scenario, what is changing, how, whatever is changing, in what fashion it is changing, and what value is fixed.
Okay, वो अगर odd होगा तो वो reverse में print होगा.
हाँ, रिवर्स में प्रिंट होगा तो लूप कैसे लगाएंगे?
मतलब कॉलम तो फिक्स है ना मैम, तो रो
हाँ
पे लगाने के लिए.
हाँ, रो पे लगाएंगे, दैट्स ओके, बट रो पे कैसे लगाएंगे? क्या सीधा से लगा देंगे फ्रॉम 0 to n? No, we will have to, since we are traversing in the reverse way, I will use for loop in like inverse, whatever we have used here, reverse of it, traversing from the last row to the first row. So that's why whenever the column number is odd numbered, so we are traversing from bottom to top. मतलब last row जो possible है, वहां से लेकर 0th row तक के सारे elements को print कर दो. That is the meaning, reverse traversing of the row for that particular column. Did you get this?
Yes ma'am.
If still you have confusion, you can ask me.
No ma'am, अभी तो समझ गया मैं,
But what will be the problem? I will tell you. If you won't try run it by yourself, then you won't ever get this thing. The clarity, the visualization that happens with the try run cannot happen with any other. There's no alternative solution for it. Just keep this in mind.
Okay ma'am, I can again try run for this question.
So if spiral is clear, these questions will be nothing. If spiral matrix, this question is clear, then I don't think you should face problem in these kind of questions.
नहीं
How
मैम,
many of you haven't understood spiral matrix? Tell me. किसी spiral matrix वाला question नहीं समझ आया?
मैम स्पाइरल वाला कल ही हुआ है ना क्वेश्चन, तो उसके वजह से मुझे याद है कि क्या क्या करना है, बट
Okay, I will give you a matrix. You can try this thing on that matrix. Try to try run on this matrix. Okay. Let me give this. All those who are facing problem in these matrix, this question can try run on this one. So. Okay, this is the matrix. You can try out on this. Okay, because all the matrix is given in the sample test cases are very small dimensions they have. So you can try out on this. It will help you to increase your understanding. Okay. Now, any other doubt in any question?
हेलो
हाँ.
मैम, वो मैट्रिसेस आपने जो लिखा है वो थोड़ा मुझे राइट कर दीजिए.
अच्छा, ये कोई सा भी बना लो, थोड़े
ओके 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 ओके.
ज्यादा
मैम?
डायमेंशंस का. हाँ,
मैम वो कल वाला आपको जो लिंक भेजा था वो वाला क्वेश्चन आपने ट्राई किया?
कौन सा क्वेश्चन?
वो बाटली वाला.
बाटली वाला?
बॉटल
वाला कौन सा क्वेश्चन?
बॉटल वाला था ना जो.
हाँ हाँ, तो लाइक कैन यू शेयर योर स्क्रीन? मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया है, पर मैं कोड आपका देख लेती हूँ एक बार, क्या प्रॉब्लम है.
मैम वो कोड किया मैंने, पर मुझे समझ में नहीं
Okay.
आया.
Okay, show me your code. Let me first read the question. there are num bottles, water bottles are initially वही था ना जो कितने खाली बॉटल से ये प्रिंट करना है. The question was something like this. You have to print the number of empty bottles, right?
Yes.
So what you have done is remainder is initially 0, then count equals to bot. Okay. At last, what you have to do if one bottle is remaining, then you can use it. Like
What, ma'am?
अगर लास्ट में एक बॉटल बचता है तो एक्सचेंज नंबर ऑफ बॉटल्स तो है ही नहीं, एक सी नंबर ऑफ नम एक्सचेंज नंबर ऑफ बॉटल्स नहीं रहेंगे ना. जब फॉर दिस एग्जांपल num exchange is given 3 and at last only one bottle is remaining, so you can drink it like if one bottle is remaining
हाँ,
at
we can
last.
drink it.
Okay, and if 2 bottles are remaining, if num exchange is still 3 and if 2 bottles are remaining, in that scenario what we can do?
Then we cannot drink it and then वो ऐड भी नहीं होगा काउंट में.
Okay, means if only one bottle remains at last, then only we can drink it, otherwise no. Yes?
No, not one. More than exchange.
More than exchange. So exchange is 3 in this question, right? And only one bottle is remaining, so it is obviously lesser than exchange.
No, ma'am. After this, क्योंकि इसके बाद तो हमें एक मिल रहा है ना, तो इसके बाद फिर से एक नहीं मिलेगा.
तो वो तो मैं समझ गई कि लाइक ये 3 था तो इसको मतलब करके हमने एक ले लिया, फिर इस एक को खाली करके ये कैसे आ गया? अभी तो नाम एक्सचेंज से छोटा हो गया ना, तो कैसे वो खाली हो गया? दैट आई एम आस्किंग.
वो तो मैम खाली करना है हमको.
नहीं, आई एम आस्किंग for suppose 9 bottles were there initially, so I will be able to get 3 more bottles from this, right? So
Yes.
all these bottles will get empty, so 9 empty bottles I have now with me. Now like using this 3 bottles I will obtain 1 bottle, right? So
Right.
this 3 bottles will also get empty. Now how many empty bottles we have? 9 plus 3, that is 12. Yes.
Yes.
Now only 1 bottle remains. Now we can't, now since we don't have num exchange number of bottles, so
We
what
will
we
not
can
get
do
new bottles.
now? New
मैम फिर
bottles तो नहीं मिलेंगे.
हाँ, तो फिर 1 आ गया तो 1 या फिर लेस देन एक्सचेंज आ गया तो उतना खाली
That
करके
many number of bottles will remain.
we'll
Is
get
it
add.
so?
Yes.
Okay.
यहाँ
Let
पे
me
भी
see
वैसे ही
now
रहेगा.
your code. Let's suppose 15 were there and num exchange is 4. So 15 divided by 4 means 3 new bottles we got. And how many bottles got emptied? 15 minus 4 into 3. That is
Ma'am,
3
these
bottles
3
are still
remaining
left.
we still
हाँ.
have to consider.
3 plus 3, 6 will be there now. That I got this. This question, this example is easier. Then, okay. Now let me see your code. Count equals to bottle. Okay. Remainder equals to 0. Bottle greater than or equals to 1? Equals to 1 not. I don't think it should be greater than equals to 1. Like if only like let's suppose 2 bottles are remaining and num exchange value is 3. Yes. So in that case also it will do the same operation as we did for others. Is it so? According to your code, if at last only 2 bottles are remaining, so now we can't take like 3 values के exchange में एक bottle नहीं ले सकते अभी. Yes.
हाँ, नहीं ले सकते.
But according to your code, it will do the same thing. Count plus equals to bottle by exchange. That is, it will become 0. So bottle modulo exchange. That is bottle
मैम फिर
2
वो
बचे रहेंगे तो 2.
यहाँ पे
2
फेल हो
modulo
जाएगा
3.
और बाहर आ जाएगा.
Why are you adding it in count twice?
Ma'am, this is a quotient and this is remainder. Quotient is this bottle and remainder is remaining bottle.
Okay, bottle divided for this, but still I'm not getting your logic. Like if bottle is greater than equals to 11, 15 is there. So in first time 15 divided by exchange value is 4. So 15 divided by 4, that many number of count you are returning. Yes.
Yes.
Count में क्यों add कर दिया? Okay, let me see. 15 divided by 4, 3 will be 100. Then you are adding that many अभी बॉटल मॉड्यूलो एक्सचेंज वाले को तो डील ही नहीं किया, तो फिर उसको काउंट में कैसे ऐड कर दिया?
मैम विच वन? ये वाला?
इन लाइन नंबर 6, यस।
हाँ, उसका क्या?
बॉटल मॉड्यूलो एक्सचेंज, ओके, आई थिंक दिस,
मैम let me
the
मैम
question is clear, the question is clear to me,
हाँ
but I'm not able to understand your logic. What are you doing?
मैम यहाँ पे देखिए, लेफ्ट साइड यहाँ पे
हम्म।
फुल बॉटल है, काउंट में हमने बॉटल डाल दिया।
हाँ
ये काउंट में बॉटल क्यों डाल दिया? क्योंकि ये सारे खाली हो जाएंगे।
हाँ
तो फिर हमारे पास इतने बॉटल बचे, और इसमें के 3
3
बॉटल हम,
bottles मिले। हाँ
हाँ, तो ये 3 बॉटल इज quotient which is adding in the count,
yes,
right? And this 3 bottle is the remainder which is
हाँ
again will get add,
हाँ, you are adding it in count, right?
right?
Okay. Now, what are you making as bottle? Bottle equals to bottle divided by exchange. But still, we have got 6 more bottles. 6 नई bottles भी तो मिली मुझे।
मैम 6 बॉटल वो काउंट में ऐड हो जाएगा, और ये जो स्टेटमेंट है ना, ये
हाँ,
इसके लिए है।
okay, I'll see this code during booster session. The time is already over. Okay.
ओके
Okay, so am I audible? Am I audible? Let's wait for the attendance to go till 100, then we will start. Today we are not going to practice any problem on HackerRank because they have not added any new problems. I although told them to add, but still they have not added any problem. So shall we practice more matrix problems only, or should we discuss string problems? I will be giving some problems from my sheet, from my DSA sheet. Either I can give based on matrix only. There are some problems, like not some, but there are a lot of problems which we can practice on matrix. And if you do not want a matrix, then we can also discuss problems based on strings. So it is your wish. Okay, so like mostly everyone is answering matrix only. So let's discuss matrix. Let's discuss matrix. So this is a like maze problem. This is a real life problem, which you can also say. The problem is very interesting, and like you can learn a lot of things. Maybe you can also learn depth first traversal, DFS, which we will be learning when we will be discussing recursion and all, recursion graphs, trees and all. So, but like you can get a glimpse of DFS from this function, which is from this question, which is exit point of a matrix. So everyone who have like not made a ID on GFG and LeetCode, GFG is nothing but Geeks for Geeks. And second one is LeetCode. Those who have not made a ID on GFG or LeetCode, please quickly make it. I am giving 3 minutes on both the portals, on LeetCode as well as the Geeks for Geeks, GFG. Make IDs on both the portals. We will be discussing problems from both the portals. Make IDs on GFG and lead code quickly. Those who have done, like those who have made the IDs, please write done in the chat. And also you can and import the bookmark, import the DSA bookmark. See, I will not be getting anything if you use my bookmark. Like people share the websites where they like run ads, where they run advertisements. People share we can say roadmaps on YouTube videos where they also run ads, where they also run like some kind of, you can say, marketing. But I am sharing the bookmark which is in the form of folder, so I will not get anything from that folder. You can simply import that folder and start using it. So import that bookmark folder also, because like sometimes when the questions are not added on HackerRank, so we will be practicing on the LeetCode and GFG. The problems which we will be picking will be from the bookmark only. The most famous problems, the most interview specific problems, you can say. Does everyone have the DSA bookmark? Does everyone have DSA bookmark? शुरू में फ्री रहेगा, बाद में जाके पेड हो जाएगा. लिख के रख लो. वो जो अपना कॉलेज था, कितना कितना बोलता था अमन दत्तरवाल, पूरे यूट्यूब पे सबसे बड़ा चैनल है, ये वो फ्री पढ़ाते हैं, ये वो. आ गया ना कोर्स बेचने पर. Wait for 2 minutes. I am starting the class in 2 minutes. Okay, so should we start? Should we start? The first problem will be exit point of a matrix. Does anyone understood what the problem statement is asking? Exit point of a matrix. Exit point of a matrix. No. Okay, no problem. So we are given a matrix which is in the form of binary array. What is a binary matrix? What is a binary matrix? What is binary? Either the elements will be zeros or the elements will be one. So if we are given a binary matrix where every element will be zero and or one, we can say either zero or one, and we will be starting from 0,0 cell, that is a top left corner. We will be starting from top left corner, and whenever we encounter zero, we move in the same direction. Initially, we are moving in the rightward direction. What does it mean? Let me first make it a let me first make an array, then I will discuss the problem. So there are some zeros, then there is one also, then there are some zeros, then there is some zeros. Okay, so some zeros are there, and there is, let's say, a one, then there is a one again, then there is a zero, then there is a one, let's suppose, and let's suppose there is a one here also, or let's suppose remaining all the are zeros. Okay, so this is the matrix. This is the matrix which is given to you. What do you need to basically print this matrix is there are some coordinates. Each row will have some row coordinate. Each column will have some column coordinate. You will have to print that cell from which you will exit the matrix. From which cell you are starting the matrix. You are starting traversal of the matrix from top left corner. This is the starting point of the matrix. In which direction initially are you moving? You are initially moving in the rightwards direction. That is, you are moving initially in right direction. If you encounter a zero, you will continue moving in the same direction. If you encounter a one, you will basically rotate by 90 degree. What does rotate by 90 degree means? If you are moving in right, you will now start moving in downward direction. Zero, so in the same direction, that is downward. Zero in the same direction, that is downward. Zero in the same direction, that is downward. Again zero, same direction, downward. As soon as you see one, move in 90 degree clockwise direction. For this, 90 degree clockwise was down. For right, 90 degree clockwise is downwards. For downwards, 90 degree clockwise will be, if we are going downwards, if we move 90 degree towards clockwise, it will be left. So we are going to left now. But we again see a one. So again move 90 degree clockwise. So if we are going basically in the right direction, sorry, in the left direction, what will be the 90 degree clockwise? It will be up. But coordinates तो आते हैं ना? Does everyone know coordinates? This is top. This is upwards. We are going upwards. So if we are going upwards, if we go 90 degree from upwards, we will now go rightwards. If we are going rightwards and there is a one cell, like there is a cell which with value one, so we will now start going downwards. Similarly, if we are going downwards and if we encounter a cell which is which is basically one, so we will start going now basically in the left direction. And if we are going in left direction and we see a one element, a value one, so we will start going in upward direction. That is, we will clockwise rotate by 90 degree. So starting from the starting, we are starting from top left corner. Initially, the cell will be top left. Initially, the coordinate will be top left. This is 0, 0, and the direction will be right. Direction will be right. So we are starting from this, going down, going rightwards. We encounter a one, so move 90 degree clockwise. That is now go towards down. Down, zero, same direction, down. Zero, same direction, down. Zero, same direction, down. We see a one. So in downward direction, if we see a one, so now we will start going rightwards, sorry, downwards. Currently we are downwards, but if we basically move 90 degree, we will now start moving leftwards. Again, we see a basically one cell. So from left, if we are seeing a one, we are now going upwards. So now we will start going upwards. So zero cell, same direction, that is upwards. one cell. Again, if we are going upwards and we see a one cell, now we will start going rightwards. So now we will see rightwards, same direction, same direction, same direction, and finally we are out of the matrix. Finally, we are out of the matrix. So what we have to print? We have to print the last cell in which we were inside the matrix. We have to print the last cell in which we were inside the matrix. This is the last cell in which we were inside the matrix. Is the problem statement clear? अगर जीरो दिखता है तो राइट 90 डिग्री क्लॉकवाइज मुड़ जाओ. If we encounter a zero, move 90 degree clockwise. If we see a one, move in the same direction. And in such a way, we have to print that cell from where we will exit the matrix. That cell from where we will go out of the matrix. Initially, the top left corner you have to start from. That is 0, 0. You have to start from 0, 0 cell, the top left corner. Initially, the direction will be right. These two are fixed initially. Top left corner, 0, 0, and right direction. It is fixed initially. If we are encountering 0, same direction. Encounter 0, same direction. Encounter 1. So basically go downwards because currently we are right. From right, 90 degree clockwise will be down. Same direction, same direction, same direction, same direction. Now 1. So from down, 90 degree will be left. So go towards left. Same. Now again 1. So we can say again 90 degree. So now we will go upwards. Same direction because 0. Now 1. So again clockwise. That is from upwards. We will now go right. Same direction because 0, 0, same direction, 0, same direction. And finally we are out of the matrix. And we have to print that cell from where we went out of the matrix. उस cell को print करना है, उस cell के coordinates print करने हैं जिससे हम matrix के बाहर गए, जिस coordinates से हम matrix के बाहर चले गए. So what is the answer in this particular question? What is the answer? What is the coordinates of the last cell from which we went out of the matrix? अरे 0 तो value है, 0 तो value है. Obviously it will be 0. But coordinates, what are the coordinates? It is 2, 4. So answer will be 2, 4 currently. 2, 4. Second row, fourth column, 2, 4. Is the problem now clear? Initial direction and initial cell are fixed. And we have to basically change 90 degree clockwise if we encounter a 1. If we encounter 0, move in the same direction. 0 cell means same direction. 1 cell will mean 90 degree clockwise. Cell is 1. So 90 degree clockwise. 90 degree clockwise. Cell is a 0. Either the cell will be 0 or it will be 1. If cell is 0, so same direction. Same direction. क्लॉकवाइज वाला समझ नहीं आया. अगर हम ऊपर जा रहे हैं, ऊपर से 90 डिग्री क्लॉकवाइज क्या होता है? 90 डिग्री घड़ी के डायरेक्शन में अगर मुड़ोगे तो राइट जाने लगोगे. अगर राइट जा रहे हो और घड़ी की डायरेक्शन में 90 डिग्री मुड़ोगे तो अब डाउन जाने लगोगे. अगर डाउन जा रहे हो और 90 डिग्री मुड़ोगे तो अब लेफ्ट जाने लगोगे. और अगर लेफ्ट जा रहे हो और अगर उससे 90 डिग्री मुड़ते हो तो अब जाने लगोगे. तो जो भी करंट डायरेक्शन है उससे 90 डिग्री मूव करना है और न्यू डायरेक्शन निकालनी है. Very good question asked by Arman. Will we ever, the question is, will we ever stuck in a loop? क्या हम कभी भी मैट्रिक्स के अंदर फंस सकते हैं? Can we ever get stuck in the matrix itself? That is, we never exit. It is possible. Is it possible? Is it possible that we never get out of the matrix? We never find exit point. Is it possible or not? Very good question, like very logical question. And if it is yes, if the answer is yes, please give me a test case. If the answer is yes, please give me a test case. First thing which I am saying, answer is no. You cannot give me a test case where you can basically get stuck in the matrix itself. You can never get stuck. There will always be one exit point. There will always be one exit point. हमेशा exit point मिलेगा. There will always exist the answer. If anyone thinks there can basically never exist a exit point, so give me a matrix, give me an example. एक example बता दो जिसमें कभी भी exit point नहीं मिलेगा. So Saurabh is saying when all are ones. So let's see if all are ones. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Like maybe it can be an even bigger matrix. So I am taking even bigger matrix. So initially direction, initially we are starting from 0, 0, that is top left, and initial direction is right. Initial direction is right. But As soon as we see the element is 1, we change the direction. We change it in rightwards, in right 90-degree clockwise. 1, 90-degree clockwise. From down, 90-degree clockwise will be. Now go to the left. So we go out of the matrix. We went out of the matrix. We went out of the matrix. शुरू वाले सेल पर भी 1 था, तो वहां से भी रोटेट करना है. Although we will be going towards right, but since we are saying 1, we will 90-degree clockwise rotate. We will rotate 90-degree clockwise. So there can never be a test case. There can never be a test case where we can never exit. There will always be exit point. There will always be exit point. Is this clear? There will always be a exit point. There will always be a exit point. No matter what you give me the matrix. कोई भी मैट्रिक्स दे दो, हमेशा एक एग्जिट पॉइंट मिलना ही मिलना है. Okay, so the question is how to figure out the exit point. How can you give me the exit point? How can you give me 2, 4 in this particular cell? In this particular cell, 2, 4. देखो जो क्वेश्चन बोल रहा है ना वही करना है. The question is asking travel and figure out exit point. So we have to travel only. हमें travel ही करना है. जो क्वेश्चन मांग रहा है वही करना पड़ेगा. If question is asking figure out the exit point, so let's do a traversal and figure out where we are exiting. Yes or no? Yes or no? If the question is asking, please give me the exit point, can we just travel? Can we just travel in the same fashion in which we figured out the exit point and return the exit point, return the last cell? But the main point is how we will travel in this direction, like how we will travel in this form, how we will travel in this kind of form. So if I am saying initially the x coordinate of the current cell and the y coordinate of the current cell, what should I take? What should I take x? What should I take y? What should I take the row? What should I take the column? Initially, from starting. Where we are starting according to the problem? We are always starting from 0, 0. We are always starting from 0, 0. So initially we will take the x coordinate also 0, the y coordinate also 0. So first let me just bring this matrix. So we are saying initially we will always start from 0, 0 cell. This is top left corner. So these are 2 coordinates. These are 2 x and y coordinates. But do we only require these 2 variables, or we also require a direction? Do we also require direction? Whether top, whether right, whether down, whether left? Yes or no? How we will check whether we are going towards right? By using that direction variable. So we will also have a direction variable. Initially, what will be the value of direction variable? According to the problem, what are they saying? What should you take initially the direction? You should take it right. So if the directions are top, left, bottom, right, or north, east, south, west, should you take entire strings, north, east, south, west, or can you take just letters N, E, S, and W, like news, N, E, W, S? Only characters we can take. We can only take characters. If we are going north, we will take north. We will take N. If we are going basically east, we will take E. If we are going west, we will take basically W. And finally, if we are going south, we will take S. So we will take news variables. Is it clear? Direction will be either N, either E, or basically W, or it will be S. North, east, west, south, either one of these. So if it is either one of these, initially what will be it? Initially, what will be the variable of direction? Initially, what will be the variable direction? Initially, what is the direction according to the problem? It is north. Sorry, it is east. It is rightwards. अगर इससे confused हो रहे हो तो ऐसे ले लो. North is nothing but top, going towards up, or U, whatever. East is nothing but going towards right. West is nothing but going towards left, and south is nothing but going towards bottom. Top, bottom, left, right. You can also take like these. It is your wish. जिसमें आपको दिमाग में अच्छे से बैठ जाते हैं वो वाले 4 वेरिएबल ले लेना. So what should we take? Should we take news or should we take top, left, right, left, right? चलो ठीक है. Top, left, right, bottom ले लेते हैं. So initially, what will be the direction? Will the direction initially be top? It will be left, it will be right, or it will be bottom? Initially, according to the problem, we have to take right direction. So I am making this much code only, like I am writing this much code. You have to return an integer array of 2 elements, row comma column. Don't worry about the return type, but just focus on the code. So like remember I told that you do not have to write the input output. कुछ गजब का इनपुट आउटपुट ले रखा उन्होंने, आपको लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. You do not have to worry about input output. You only have to worry how will you perform the logic. So you are saying that I will take the x coordinate initially as 0 because we have to start from top left corner, and y coordinate also 0. And I will take a direction which will be the character, and initially according to the problem the direction is from left to right, that is towards right. So initially the direction will be right. Now when can we say like we are out of the matrix? When can we say we will become out of the matrix? हम कब बोल सकते हैं हम matrix के बाहर चले जाएंगे? Very important. This also will be discussed in when we will be discussing basically DFS, depth first traversal, trees, graphs, dynamic programming and all. When can we say we are out of the matrix? What can be the row column coordinate? क्या if condition हो जब हम बोल पाए कि भाई matrix के बाहर चले गए अब तो? If this is 0th coordinate, this is 0th column, this is C1, this is C2, this is C3, this is C4. This is R0, R1, R2, R3, R4. So when can I say I have become out of the matrix? When can I say I have crossed the matrix and I have become out of matrix? From which borders can we become out of matrix? From which kind of borders? Either we can become out of matrix from top wall, or we can become out of matrix from right wall, or from bottom wall, or from left wall. Yes or no? यही 4 तरीके से तो है जिससे हम मैट्रिक्स के बाहर जा सकते हैं. या तो ऊपर से बाहर चले जाएंगे, या तो यहाँ से बाहर चले जाएंगे, या तो यहाँ से बाहर चले जाएंगे, या तो यहाँ से बाहर चले जाएंगे. मैट्रिक्स के बाहर जाना है. So it can be in either one of these. It can be either the top wall or the right wall or the bottom wall or the left wall. So if we are going out of the matrix from top wall, what we are saying? If we are going out of the matrix from top wall, what will the row become if we are going out of matrix from top wall? That is, if we go from R2 to R1, row decreases. From R2 to R1 from R0, row decreases. So from R0, if we are going top wall, what will row become? Row क्या बन जाएगी? Row will become -1. So can I say row will become -1? So we have become out of the matrix. We have become out of the matrix. Yes or no? जैसे ही R-1 बन गया हम टॉप वॉल से बाहर आ चुके हैं. So while R is greater than equals to 0, that is X is greater than equals to 0, row is greater than equals to 0, we are within the matrix. And this is for top wall. Like when R becomes -1, we have crossed the top wall. We have become -1. We have become -1. That is, we have crossed the matrix. We have become out of matrix. When we have become basically more than R4, can we also say we have become out of matrix, out of bound? Yes. जब R4 से नीचे चले जाएं, अगर R0 से ऊपर आ जाएं तो भी मैट्रिक्स के बाहर, R4 से नीचे चले जाएं तो भी मैट्रिक्स के बाहर. So what can we say? When we are within the matrix, when we are less than equals to R4, yes or no? Less than equals to n-1, less than equals to n-1, less than equals to rows -1. This is, there are 5 rows, so this is 5 minus 1 fourth index. So how to figure out the total number of rows? How to figure out total number of rows? कल की class याद है? How to figure out total number of columns? कुछ याद है या एक ही दिन में भूल गए? Total number of rows are metric dot length, mat dot length. I can change it as mat, and columns are the 0th row of matrix, that is matrix of 0 dot length. This was number of rows and number of columns. So if X is lesser than rows, I am within the matrix. Yes or no? If X is lesser than 5, I am within the matrix. If X becomes 5, I am out of matrix. जैसे ही X 5 बन जाता है, जैसे ही X number of rows के बराबर बन जाता है, तो हम matrix के बाहर जा चुके हैं. This is 0th row, this is first row, this is second row, this is third row, this is fourth row. So when I am saying I am become R is equal to 5 or X is equal to 5, I am out of the matrix, because if I have 5 rows, the last row will have 4th coordinate, rows -1. Similarly, what will be the columns condition? These are the conditions for rows. What will be the columns condition? When we are within the matrix, what should be the column? जब हम मैट्रिक्स के अंदर है तो कॉलम कहाँ से कहाँ हो सकता है? Column can be from 0 to 4. It can be from 0 to 4. It should be more than 0. The column should be more than 0, and the column should be lesser than the number of columns. That is, y should be lesser than the total number of columns. So these are the 4 conditions when we can say we are within the matrix. Okay. So is this much clear? Is this much clear? Is this much clear? What is the condition when we become out of the matrix? या तो x -1 हो जाए तो हम मैट्रिक्स के बाहर हैं, या x जब रोज के बराबर हो जाए तो हम मैट्रिक्स के बाहर हैं, जब कॉलम -1 हो जाए तो हम मैट्रिक्स के बाहर हैं, जब कॉलम 5 हो जाए तो हम मैट्रिक्स के बाहर हैं. Either top wall, or we are crossing the right wall, or we are crossing the left wall, or we are crossing the bottom wall. Any one of the condition is true, so we are out of the matrix. Okay. Now, how should we move? If the cell is, if matrix of x comma y, if the cell is 0, should we move in the same direction? Yes or no? Should we move in the same direction? Yes. So we will write the code for moving in the same direction. Same direction. Otherwise, if the matrix of x comma y is a 1, so what should we do? Should we rotate? Should we change the direction? Yes, and move also. Change the direction, rotate 90 degree, and also move. Rotate 90 degree plus move in that direction, in rotated direction. So first, let's solve for matrix of x comma y 0. If we are 0, if we are going rightwards, how will the coordinate update? Let's discuss in the next slide. So this is a pretty good problem. If we are at x comma y, if we are going towards right, what will be the cell's coordinate? If we are going towards up, let's first discuss for right. अगर right जा रहे हैं तो फिर जो हमारे से अगला सेल है उसका कोऑर्डिनेट क्या होगा? If we are 0, 0, what will be the next cell's coordinate? If we are 0, 0, if we are x, y, what will be the next cell? 0, 1. If we are 2, 3, what will be the next cell? The right cell. It will be 2, 4. So can we say if we are going towards right, the coordinate will become x, y plus 1? Yes or no? The column will increase. Obviously, भाई जब C0 पर खड़े हो, राइट जा रहे हो तो कॉलम ही तो बढ़ेगा, और क्या बढ़ेगा? C0 से अगली कॉलम में जाओगे तो कॉलम ही तो बढ़ेगा, रो तो सेम रहेगी. We are moving the same row towards the right. Now, if I am similarly saying, if I am going towards left, how will the coordinate update? Will x coordinate update or will y coordinate update? क्या रो अपडेट हो जाएगी या कॉलम अपडेट हो जाएगा? If I am moving in the same row towards left, what will update? Row or column? Obviously column. But should it become plus plus or should it become minus minus? Minus minus. So it will be x comma y minus 1. Now similarly, if I am moving towards up, if I am moving towards top T, from this cell, let's suppose if I am going towards up, if this is 2, 2, up will be 1, 2. If I am moving from this cell towards top, 4, 4, moving up will be 3, 4. So moving up is decreasing the row x minus 1, y, the column will remain same. And last thing, if we are going bottom, what will update? Row will update or column will update? Obviously row will update. If we are going to the next row, obviously row will update. Row will become from 2 to 3, but column will still be the same. So if we are going downwards, the row will become x plus 1, but the column will remain as y. Is this much clear what we are doing? If we are moving right, increase column. If we are moving left, decrease column. If we are going down, increase row. If we are moving up, decrease row. So what we are saying, if let's do it in the like not like this, but let's do it like this, because we will be moving in both the cases. Either the cell is 0 or the cell is 1, we are going to move. हालांकि बात यह है कि अगर 1 है तो पहले रोटेट करेंगे फिर मूव करेंगे. अगर सेल 0 है तो मूव करना है सिर्फ. If the cell is 0, move in the same direction. But if the cell is 1, rotate first and then move also. So rotate भी करना है और move भी करना है. So I can say move. I have to in both, like I have to do the moving operation, do the coordinate updation operation in both the cases. Either the cell is 0 or the cell is 1. So I am writing in after if else, after if condition. So if the direction is right, so what we are doing? We are increasing the column y plus plus, increase the column y plus plus. Else, if the direction is left, we are decreasing the column y minus minus. Else, if the direction is a top, so decrease the column, decrease the row. And finally, obviously the fourth direction will be down only, in which we have to increase the row. Is this much clear? राइट है तो कॉलम बढ़ा दो, लेफ्ट है तो कॉलम घटा दो, टॉप है तो रो घटा दो, और डाउन है तो रो बढ़ा दो. Okay, now the only thing remaining is, two things are remaining actually. First thing is how to rotate. If I am saying matrix of x comma y, if it is 1, how to rotate? If I am moving in rightward direction, in which direction I will update? Like update r to what? अगर मैं राइट जा रहा हूँ और 90 डिग्री अब रोटेट करना पड़ जाए तो क्या मैं बोलूंगा कि आर को किससे अपडेट कर दो? हाउ शुड आई अपडेट आर? आई विल अपडेट इट टू बी, आई विल अपडेट इट टू बॉटम. सो इफ only if the matrix is 1, only rotate if the cell is 1. So if direction originally was r, we are moving in right, so update it to down, that is bottom. Otherwise, if the direction originally was bottom, so after updation what it will become? अगर हम डाउन जा रहे हैं तो डाउन से अब राइट डायरेक्शन में मूव करेंगे 90 डिग्री, what it will become? It will become left, L. It will become L. So it will become L, capital L. Else if we are originally moving in left direction, how will the direction update? अगर लेफ्ट ही जा रहे थे और अब रोटेट करना पड़ जाए तो क्या, किस डायरेक्शन में जाएंगे अब? Now we will move in top direction. And finally, if we are top, so we will update to R. So if we are moving in L direction, we will become top, we will become T. Otherwise, we will become R. If we are originally moving top, so now we will become R. So is this much clear? Only one thing is remaining, which is how to construct the answer. Okay, let's do a dry run of this much. The code is almost complete. Just one point is remaining, how to get the answer. ठीक है भाई, ट्रेवर्सल तो कर लिया, आंसर कैसे लगाएं, आंसर कैसे निकालें? So I am bringing this code, and first let's make all of this here. Let's make it smaller. This is the code. This is the code. Let us bring it here. Is the code visible? Is the code visible to everyone? Is the code visible? Okay. So I am copying the matrix also. This is the matrix. Initially, from which cell we are moving? Initially, what is the starting coordinate? 0, 0. That's why I have said x is 0, y is 0. We are starting from 0, 0. Initially, what is the direction? According to the problem, in which direction the problem is asking us to move? The problem is asking us to move initially in the right direction. So initially the direction is right. So we are saying, okay, are we within the matrix? Is x more than equal to 0? Yes, x is more than equal to 0. Less than equal to rows? Yes, less than 5. More than equal to 0? Yes. Less than equal to 4? Less than equal to 4 or less than 5? Yes. So it is within the matrix. Is the cell 1? No, the cell is not 1. It is 0. So this if condition will not work. That is no rotation. This is rotation. And this is shifting. So we are saying we are not 1. So do not rotate, just shift. Just directly move. So what is moving? If the direction is R, yes, the direction is R. So do what? do y plus plus, that is go to the next cell, go to the next cell. Now next loop. So are we within the matrix? Yeah, yes, we are within the matrix. So is the cell 1? No, the cell is not 1. So this if condition will not work. So are we moving in the right direction? Yes. So do y plus plus, that is go to the right cell. Go to the right cell because the direction is right. So go to the right cell, that is y plus plus. Now see what? Now go to the next loop. Are we within the matrix? Yes, obviously we are within the matrix. Is the matrix cell 1? Yes, it is 1. So what should we do first? Before moving, before shifting, what should we do? Shift करने से पहले क्या करना है? We should rotate. So if we are originally right, yes, we are originally right. So where should we rotate? अगर हम right चाह रहे थे तो rotate करने के बाद कहाँ जाने लगेंगे? If we are going right, after rotation, where we will go? We will go to bottom. But only updating the direction will do the job. Like, will it shift also? क्या direction update करने से क्या वो नीचे चला जाएगा या नीचे भेजना पड़ेगा? Will you yourself have to update the coordinate? क्या डायरेक्शन चेंज करने के बाद, रोटेशन करने के बाद शिफ्टिंग भी करनी पड़ेगी? आफ्टर रोटेशन यू हैव टू आल्सो मेक इट शिफ्ट टू द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन. यस. सो व्हाट वी आर सेइंग, डायरेक्शन इज राइट, नो इट इज डाउन. It is left, no it is not left. Is it top? No it is not top also. So finally it is bottom. So x plus plus, that is go to the next row. Go to the next row, x plus plus. Now similarly go to the next loop. Cell, it is 1, no. So is the direction right? No, it is downwards. It is left, no. Right, top, no, it is downwards. So x plus plus. Similarly again, the direction is bottom. So do what? X plus plus. Cell is 0. So just simply shift x plus plus because direction is downward. Finally, the cell is 1. If the cell was 0, so we again do x plus plus, we go out of the matrix. But the cell is 1. So if the cell is 1, what is the direction? We are saying the direction is not right, but it is bottom. So do it left. Now go towards left. But also shift towards left. So also shift. The direction is left, also shift. That is do left minus minus, the column minus minus. Is it clear? Why are we also shifting in case of rotation? Rotation के बाद shifting क्यों जरूरी है? वरना तो हम वहीं पर रह जाएंगे हमेशा के लिए. Now the cell is 1. The cell is 1. So again 1. Again direction. What is the direction? Currently the direction is towards the left. So left, make it update to top. If the left direction is rotated, it will become top. So now start going towards top. If the direction is top, row minus minus. That is go upwards. Row minus minus. Row minus minus. Cell is within the matrix. Is it 0 or is it 1? It is 0. So only update the direction. Sorry, only update the shifting. That is go upwards in the same direction. If the direction is upwards, that is top, only row minus minus. Now again, cell is 1. If originally the direction was upward and from upward we are going towards right 90-degree clockwise, we will now go rightwards. We will now go rightwards. So now we will start going rightwards. So shift also, then again shift, then again shift. Finally, direction is right and we will go towards the right and finally we will become out of the matrix. That is, this if condition will become false. Why? X is more than equal to 0. Yes, although x is more than equal to 0. Is x less than rows? Yes, x is less than 5. The coordinate is more than 0, less than 5. So within, with respect to rows, it is within the matrix. But with respect to column, what we can say? Is it more than equal to 0? Yes, it is more than equal to 0. But is it less than columns? No, it is not less than columns. It is equal to column. It is equal to 5. The column is, we can say it is coordinate 2, 5. But is the answer 2, 5? Is the answer 2, 5? Like, can we directly return x, y? क्या x, y return कर सकते हैं? No. क्या exit point 2, 5 है? Is 2, 5 within the matrix? Is it 2, 5 within the matrix? Obviously not. It is out of the matrix. तभी तो loop से बाहर आए हैं. We have become out of the loop only because we have went out of the matrix. So we cannot return directly x, y. We have to again update something. We have to like kind of backtrack. If we are reaching out of the matrix due to right direction, so what we can say? If we are reaching out of the matrix, if the direction is right, so what is the exit point? What is the exit point? अगर direction right थी जब हम matrix के बाहर गए, if the direction was right when we went out of the matrix, so what is the exit point? If the x, y is a 2, 5, so what is the exit point? What is this point? Last cell within the matrix. It is 2, 4, x, y minus 1. So what we will return? We will return a array. I am directly returning from this line only. I will return an array of x, y minus 1. So this is when we went out of the matrix from right wall. अगर right जाते हुए हम matrix के बाहर गए. Similarly, if we are becoming out of the matrix from top wall, what will be the exit point? अगर मान लो मैं exit करने के बाद if I have become -1, 4, अगर ये बन गया तो exit point क्या होना चाहिए था उस केस में? If I have become -1, 4 going upwards, it will be x plus 1, that is 0, 4. This will be the exit point. So if we have become out of matrix from top wall, so if the direction is top, that is we have become out of matrix from top wall, we will return x plus 1, y. Opposite, मतलब direction में अगर top जाते थे तो x minus minus करते थे. अब एक नीचे वाला सेल चाहिए ना जिससे बाहर गए हैं, so we will do x plus 1. If the direction is bottom, we will do x minus 1. अगर नीचे से बाहर गए हैं, so we will say just opposite to above, that is x minus 1, y. And finally, चौथा case, if direction is left. So what is the answer? If direction is left, अगर मान लो ये 1 ना होता तो हम यहाँ से जाते, यहाँ से बाहर जाते, direction would be left. So if this is this is 4, minus 1. This cell is 4, minus 1. So what is the exit point? What is this point? It is 4, 0. It is 4, 0. 4, minus 1 plus 1. That is 4, y plus 1. X, y plus 1. So if we are becoming out of the matrix in the fourth case, that is towards left, we will say x, y plus 1. So this is now the entire code. Let's run it and let's check whether it is working or not. There is some compilation error. So syntax may not be like this. Syntax is let's also give size as 2, maybe. ठीक है, syntax ये भी नहीं है. I have to check the syntax. What is the syntax actually? Most probably it was like this only. No problem. Let's create an array. The resultant is equals to new int 2. I will say, or the resultant is equal to x, y. Here I will say the resultant of 1 minus minus. Here I will say resultant of 0 plus plus. Here I will say resultant of 0 minus minus. And here I will say resultant of 1 plus plus. And we have to return after that. We can do it in like less number of lines, less code using modular arithmetic, but that I am not showing you currently. And there is some wrong answer. Okay, so the output is 0, 0. The correct output is 2, 0. Let's check. 0, 0, go towards right, go towards down, go towards left, go towards upwards, go towards right, then right only, then down, then left. Okay, wait. Then upwards. Then we can say upwards only. Then finally we can say from upwards right, then down, then left, and then finally upwards, and then finally out of the matrix. So I guess I am correct. Given the matrix, enter the matrix. Whenever you encounter a 0, you retain in the same direction. You have to change the direction to right of the current direction and change that 1 value to 0. Okay, so they are also saying change the value of that cell to 0. So make that cell also 0. So they are saying also make x, y as 0 before moving. Before moving, make x, y as 0. If the cell is 1, after changing the direction, also make the cell update to 0. Change direction to right of the current direction, that is rotate 90 degree clockwise and change that cell value to 0. And now basically return the answer. Let's submit again. Okay, so this is the code. This is the code. See, the question was not important, but the logic was important. Question इतना जरूरी नहीं था जितना logic जरूरी था. Is the logic clear to everyone? How to check whether we have become out of the matrix, how to go right, how to go left, how to go upwards, how to go downwards, how to update the direction, that is how to rotate 90 degree. No problem, I will do one more try run. The question is hard, not hard, but medium at least. But more important were the logics, the small parts. For example, checking out of matrix. This is checking whether we are out of matrix or not. This is rotate 90 degree. Rotate 90 degree clockwise. This is basically shift in the direction provided. Shift in 4 directions. Whichever direction is given, shift in that direction. And this is like, this is something else. This is just return the exit point. So we learned 3 things: how to rotate from a given direction, how to shift to top, left, down, right, or how to check whether we have become out of the matrix or not. रोज कॉलम्स बताओ सर एक बार, वो कैसे लिए? रोज कॉलम्स बताओ सर, वो कैसे लिए? कहाँ से रोज कॉलम्स लिए? रोज कॉलम्स ये तो कल समझाया था यार मैंने, ये आज नहीं समझा रहा, ये कल की वीडियो में समझाया था मैंने. Didn't get how we are taking rows and column size? Check the yesterday's recording. You guys leave early. You guys leave at 9 p.m. thinking that I will not discuss any new problems. I will not discuss any code. So I am not going to discuss the first line, which is how I took rows as matrix dot length, how I took columns as matrix of 0 dot length. I am just giving the idea. That is, the idea was using jagged arrays, using the concept of jagged arrays. So using this concept, we can say rows are nothing but 6,000 dot length and columns are nothing but 3,000 dot length. So rows are nothing but mat dot length, columns are nothing but mat of 0 dot length. So for detailed explanation, check the yesterday's recording. Skip करोगे तो यार कैसे चलेगा काम? लीव कर जाओगे क्लास को जल्दी सोच के कि भाई हो गए क्वेश्चन ही नहीं बचे हैकर रैंक में, तो अब क्या ही करवाएंगे, अब छोड़ देते हैं क्लास. ऐसे नहीं चलने वाला काम. So should we do one more try run? Yes or no? Should we do one more try run? Okay. So let's take some different metrics. Let's take this is 0. Let's take this is 1. Let's take this is also 1. Or let's take this is 0 again. This is 0 also. This is 1. Then this is 0. Then this is 1. This is 0. This is 0. This is 1. This is 1 again. And this is 1 again, or maybe this is 1. Okay. So this is the matrix. This is the matrix. And according to the problem, what is the initial XY coordinate and what is the initial direction? Initially, what is the XY coordinate and initially what is the direction? Question link share कर दीजिए. क्या सो के जागते हो यार आधे लोग तो. चलो क्वेश्चन लिंक शेयर कर दिया. आप प्रॉब्लम पे ध्यान दो, सबमिट कर देना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है यार, थोड़ी देर में सबमिट कर देना, पहले सुन तो लो. What is the initial row? What is the initial column? What is the initial direction? What are the 3 initializations? The initial row is 0, the initial column is 0, and the initial direction is right. We are starting from top left, 0, 0. Let me write, this is column 0, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3. This is row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3. So we are saying we are starting from top left corner. We are starting from top left corner, 0, 0. And initially the direction is right according to the problem. This I am not defining this. This is according to the problem. Read करोगे problem तो यही लिखा है. You enter the matrix at cell 0, 0 in a left to right direction, that is towards right direction. When you encounter 0, you retain in the same direction. If you encounter 1, you have to change the direction towards right, towards 90 degree right. and change that value to 0. That is, if the cell is 1, make it 0 and then rotate and then shift. Okay. So see, if the cell is right, if the direction is right, what we are saying, is the cell 1? No, the cell is not 1. First, obviously check whether we are out of the matrix or not. How to check whether we are out of the matrix? If row becomes -1, row becomes, sorry, the columns becomes -1, or the columns become 4, or the row becomes -1, or the row becomes 4. Either one of these is true, I can say I am out of the matrix. But if all the 4 are, we can say row is within the matrix with respect to top wall, with respect to bottom wall, with respect to left wall, and with respect to right wall, that is I am within the matrix. अगर लेफ्ट वाली बाउंड्री से भी अंदर हूँ, राइट वाली बाउंड्री से भी अंदर हूँ, टॉप वाली बाउंड्री के भी अंदर हूँ और बॉटम वाली बाउंड्री के भी अंदर हूँ, तो हम मैट्रिक्स के अंदर है. Can I say I am within the matrix if all the 4 conditions are true? I am within the left wall, within the bottom wall, within the top wall, within the right wall. Yes. So this cell is within the coordinate, within the matrix. Is it 1? No, the cell is not 1. The value is not 1. So do what? If I am moving in right, do y plus plus. That is move in right. Do y plus plus. Do increase the column. Increase the column. C0 will become C1. Increase the column. Y plus plus. Cell is again 0. So again 0. This if condition will not work. Obviously, we are within the matrix. This if condition will not work because the cell is 0. Is the direction still right? Yes, it is still right. Because for 0 cell, do not change the direction. So still do y plus plus. Still do y plus plus. Still go towards the right. Again, the direction is right only, and again the cell is 0. So again move in the rightward direction, that is y plus plus, and we encounter a cell 1. When we are encountering a cell 1, we are doing 3 things. What are these 3 things? First, rotating, then updating the cell to 0, and then doing what? Then updating the direction, updating the cell coordinate. First, make what? This is 0. Sorry, this cell is 1. So make it 0. Make it 0. So that next time when we are encountering the same cell, it will become 0. Then do what? Then check the direction. Current direction is right. The current direction is right. So make it bottom. Make it bottom. So make it bottom means now go towards bottom. So if the direction is bottom, so do x plus plus. Go towards bottom. So this is the cell. Again, go to the next while loop. We are within the matrix. If the cell 0, no, it is 1. Sorry, not 1, it is 0. Is the direction right? No. Is it left? No. Is it top? No. Is it bottom? Yes. So x plus plus. That is row plus plus. Row becomes 2. The cell is 1. First do rotation. That is the direction is the bottom. Direction is bottom. So right 90-degree rotation in clockwise. What will the direction become? अगर हम bottom जा रहे हैं तो 90 degree clockwise करने के बाद कहाँ जाएंगे? We will go left. So now we are going towards left. Now we are going towards left. And since we are going towards left, y minus minus. Y will become from 3 to 2. That is column will become 3 to 2. Column minus minus. Again check. Is the cell 0? Sorry, is cell 1? No, the cell is not 1. It is 0. So where we are going? We are going towards left. So left means y minus minus. Column minus minus. Again 0. Again column minus minus. The cell finally becomes 1. The cell is 1. Update the direction. If we are going towards left, rotating means go towards from left. Rotate means from left. Rotate means now what in which direction we should we go? अगर हम लेफ्ट जा रहे हैं और रोटेट करते हैं तो आप कहाँ जाएंगे? टॉप जाएंगे. So now we will start moving towards the top. So we will start moving towards the top. So is the cell again 1? Yes, the cell is again 1. So again rotate. And also I am updating the cell. So all these cells will become 0 also. All these cells will become 0. Direction is top. Rotate means now go towards right. ये diagram याद रखो. Top से rotate right. Right से rotate bottom. Bottom से rotate left. Left से rotate top. Cycle है. So from top rotate means right. And go towards right. That is y plus plus. Y plus plus. Again y plus plus. Cell is 1. So make it 0. And go towards down. Because the right direction rotation means go towards down. Go towards bottom. Go towards bottom. Go towards bottom. And finally we are out of the matrix. We are out of the matrix. Is this much part clear? We are out of the matrix. Finally matrix के बाहर है. Okay. Now what we are saying? We are saying resultant will be the x comma y, the row comma column. But the answer currently is 4 comma The coordinate currently is 4,2, fourth row, second column. So अब हमें check करना है, are we within the matrix? Like, are we out of the matrix due to bottom wall, due to right wall, due to left wall, or due to top wall? Currently, what is the wall? Currently, which wall, due to which wall we are out of the matrix? किस wall से बाहर गए हैं? Due to bottom wall. So is the direction bottom? Are we due to are we out of the matrix due to bottom wall? Yes. So x minus minus, that is the answer will not be 4,2, it will be 3,2. This is the exit point. This is the last point from which we went out of the matrix. So we have to return 3,2. So row minus minus. Sorry, yeah, row minus minus. Depending on which, like from which direction we went of the matrix, we will do the opposite thing. अगर हम राइट जाते थे तो कॉलम प्लस प्लस करते थे, तो राइट जाने पर कॉलम माइनस माइनस करेंगे. If we usually do left, but if we are saying from which cell we are going towards out of the matrix, so it will be the right cell. So we are saying basically the left direction will be column plus plus, and similarly for top and bottom also. So is this much point also clear? Like how to calculate the exit point, how to check the exit point. एक पिछला पॉइंट जिस पॉइंट से हम बाहर गए हैं, उससे एक पिछला पॉइंट जिसमें हम मैट्रिक्स के अंदर थे, वो निकालने के लिए. अभी x, y किस पर है? अभी x, y है मैट्रिक्स के बाहर. हमें उसको आखिरी पॉइंट पर लेके जाना है जो मैट्रिक्स के अंदर था. x माइनस माइनस नहीं लिख सकते क्योंकि रिजल्टेंट अलग है, x अलग है. x इज अ लोकल वेरिएबल, रिजल्टेंट इज अ एरे. So x minus minus will not change the answer. It will not change resultant. Repeat last second. Repeat last second. What last second? This part. Last section. Okay. Last section. थोड़ी अंग्रेजी कमजोर है यार, पूरा लिख दिया करो. So what we are doing, if we are going out of the matrix, due to this cell, due to the bottom wall, if the direction was bottom, when we went out of the matrix, the direction was bottom. So currently at which cell we are standing on? We are standing on 4,2, which is out of the matrix. तभी तो हम loop के बाहर आए हैं. Due to out of matrix, we are out of the loop. Loop become basically the loop stopped because the if condition become false. So we went out of the matrix. But we do not have to print what is the cell out of the matrix. We have to print the cell within the matrix, which was the last cell. जिस आखिरी सेल पर हम खड़े थे जब हम अंदर थे मैट्रिक्स के, वो वाला सेल प्रिंट करना हमें. So if we went out of the matrix via bottom, so the cell due to which we went out of the matrix will be the top wall, it will be the top element. अगर हम इस तरह से बाहर आए हैं तो जो आखिरी एलिमेंट होगा जिससे हम बाहर आए हैं वो ये वाला होगा, मतलब टॉप वाला एलिमेंट होगा, दैट इज रो माइनस माइनस. If we went out of the matrix due to right wall, so कौन सा वो एलिमेंट होगा जिससे बेसिकली हम जिससे बाहर आए होंगे? If we are becoming out of matrix due to right side wall, so what is the coordinate? How we will get the coordinate? राइट वॉल से बाहर आए हैं तो इसका पिछला वाला कोऑर्डिनेट कौन से सेल से मिलेगा, क्या चेंज करके मिलेगा? इट विल बी कॉलम माइनस माइनस. Similarly for remaining two things, if we are becoming out of matrix from let's say top wall, अगर top wall से ऊपर जा रहे हैं, if we are becoming out of matrix from top wall, so what is the cell from which we become out of matrix? What will be the cell? It will be row plus plus, x plus plus. And finally, last case will be if we become out of matrix from left wall. So the cell from which we become out of matrix can be derived by doing y plus plus. So is it clear? What we are doing? If direction is right, do y minus minus, do column minus minus, r of 1 minus minus, y minus minus. T, if the direction is T, top. So go to downwards, that is the last cell within which we went within the matrix, that is x plus plus, row plus plus. And similarly for other conditions. देखो क्वेश्चन इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं था, क्वेश्चन का लॉजिक इंपॉर्टेंट था, क्वेश्चन का जो कोड में हमने पार्ट्स यूज करे दैट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट. अनिकेत,
सर ये नहीं समझा रहा कि ये रिजल्टेंट 0 मतलब कैसे रो रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, और आर रिजल्टेंट 1 जो है ये कॉलम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट कर
देखो
रहा
हमने
है?
रिजल्टेंट में कितने साइज की एरे बनाई है?
एक्स वाई।
2 साइज की एरे है।
हाँ जी।
रिजल्टेंट 2 साइज का है, एक
हाँ
x
जी।
कोऑर्डिनेट पड़ा है उसमें और एक y कोऑर्डिनेट पड़ा है।
जी
हमने
सर।
खुद से x कोऑर्डिनेट कौन से कोऑर्डिनेट पे डाला है, 0th पे या फर्स्ट पे?
0 पे।
0 पे। और
हाँ
जो
जी।
फर्स्ट कोऑर्डिनेट डाला है वो y डाला है। तो अगर हम रिजल्टेंट ऑफ 1 माइनस माइनस करने हैं तो मैं किसकी वैल्यू माइनस माइनस कर रहा हूँ, x की या y की?
वाई की मतलब।
y की। तो ये मेरे को करना है। मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, अगर मैं राइट से बाहर जा रहा हूँ तो वो कौन सा सेल है जिसकी वजह से मैं बाहर गया हूँ? वो पिछला सेल था, वो लेफ्ट वाला सेल था, यानी y माइनस माइनस वाला सेल था, पिछले कॉलम वाला। तो
यस सर।
रिजल्टेंट ऑफ 1 माइनस माइनस। अगर मैं टॉप की वजह से बाहर जा रहा हूँ, मतलब टॉप जाते हुए बाहर चला गया मैं, तो मैं जो जिस सेल पर अंदर था वो कौन सा सेल था? वो नीचे वाला सेल था, वो एक नीचे था, रो प्लस प्लस वाला। तो एक्स प्लस प्लस यानी रिजल्टेंट ऑफ 0 प्लस प्लस। अब मैं
जी जी।
डायरेक्टली एक्स प्लस प्लस वाई माइनस माइनस एक्स माइनस माइनस वो क्यों नहीं कर सकता? क्योंकि एक्स अलग है, रिजल्टेंट अलग है। रिजल्टेंट इज इन द हीप, एक्स एंड वाई वेरिएबल्स आर इन द स्टैक।
यस सर।
क्लियर है?
क्लियर है सर, क्लियर।
बैंक क्लियर है? नहीं भाई, इतना इससे बैंक नहीं क्लियर होएगा। जो सोच रहे हैं ये क्वेश्चन कर देने से बैंक क्लियर हो जाएगा, तो वो भी गलत फहमी में है। I have attended jagged arrays and memory mapping part yesterday. Rows you have taken are some size of n. Columns you have taken based on a particular row. Here for rows, okay, but how come for columns? Matrix of 0 dot length is taken. Yesterday you have shown by taking them in array format in for loop. See, what I am saying currently, since I have a matrix, all the rows have same columns, yes or no, Nishita? All rows will have same number of columns. Since it is a proper matrix of proper 2D arrays, 0th row will also have 5 columns. It will also have 5 columns. It will also have 5 columns. It will also have 5 columns. All the rows will have 5 columns. Yes? First tell me this. Will all the rows have same columns? So what I am saying, if I am saying the rows are in the array of references, so I can simply take the number of rows as the 6000 dot length, that is matrix dot length, mat dot length. But you can also take 3000 dot length for columns. You can also take 7000 dot length for columns, 4000 dot length, 11,000 dot length, 9,000 dot length, 8,000 dot length. All will work. You can take anything because all are same. This is also 5, this is also 5, this is also 5, this is also 5, all are same. So you can take matrix of 0 dot length, matrix of 1 dot length, matrix of 2 dot length, anything you can. But I am saying generally prefer to take 0 dot length. Why? Because the minimum dimensions, like at least if the problem is existing, it should be at least 1 row, 1 column, at least 1 cell should be there. So at least I am sure that it will always contain 0th row. That is the first, only it will at least contain 1 row. You can also take the last row, but for that you will have to take rows minus 1, rows minus 2, rows minus 3, and so on. Is it clear why I have taken matrix of 0 dot length? Yesterday you have told columns may be of different length, right? Yes, they can be of different length, but the syntax for that is different. For that, the syntax is like this. For it to be different, the syntax is like this. But if I'm making this kind of array, all the matrix dot length are same. Matrix of 0, 1, 2, 3, all these are same. If the syntax is a proper matrix. If it is a normal matrix, all rows have same number of columns. Okay. ठीक है, तो 1 घंटा हमने एग्जिट पॉइंट डिस्कस कर लिया। तो कैसा लगा क्वेश्चन? हाउ वाज द क्वेश्चन? कॉन्सेप्चुअल, हार्ड, इजी, हाउ वाज इट? एग्जिट पॉइंट कॉन्सेप्चुअल लगा, और इजी हार्ड में? इजी वर्सेस हार्ड, ठीक है, इजी। चलो अभिषेक सुना दो, अब्दुल को भी सुना दो। उनसे ना हो पाएगा। Okay, quickly submit this. Quickly submit this on Geeks for Geeks. I will be discussing the next problem, which is easy. The tag is easy, which is easy, but this is also conceptual. The next problem will be convert a 1D array into a 2D array. Very famous problem, very important problem. Convert a 1D array into a 2D array. नहीं, ये रैट इन अ मेज नहीं था, लेकिन उसी के तरीका था। अगर ये समझ आ गया तो रैट इन अ मेज भी हो जाएगा। उसके लिए बस रिकर्जन आनी चाहिए। क्या नहीं था मतलब? रैट इन अ मेज, चूहा एक, क्या मेज को क्या बोलते हैं भूल भुलैया में? मेज, MEZE। देखा है ना, कभी वीडियो देखी है क्या? चूहे की किसी उसमें डाल देते हैं, वो दीवारें से लगी होती हैं, फिर वो रास्ता ढूंढ लेता है। ठीक है, टॉम एंड जेरी देखा है? मतलब तुम्हारी इमेजिनेशन यहीं तक जाती है, टॉम एंड जेरी तक। अभिषेक,
सर वो जो लास्ट सेक्शन है, लास्ट सेक्शन में इससे पहले जो आपने पार्ट करा था, वो उससे नहीं कर सकते? उसमें आपने सिंटैक्स गलत लिख दिया था।
हाँ वो सिंटैक्स गलत था, वही मतलब थोड़ा बहुत ही गलत करना, मतलब सही करना था, उसको चेक करना पड़ेगा। हाउ
नहीं,
टू।
ब्रैकेट नहीं लगाया था आपने।
ब्रैकेट नहीं लगाया था?
हाँ, हम बोल रहे थे लेकिन आपने चैट नहीं पढ़ी।
ठीक है, आप ट्राई कर लेना, शायद से सही हो जाए वो। बेसिकली अगर आपको उसी लाइन में डिफाइन करना हो और उसी लाइन में रिटर्न करना हो, तो आप क्या करोगे, रिटर्न न्यू इंट, साइज मत बताओ और सारे एलिमेंट्स यहीं पर बता दो पैरेंथेसिस में। मतलब आप बता दो कि भाई पहला एलिमेंट है एक्स, दूसरा एलिमेंट है वाई। तो इससे क्या होगा, इससे एक दो साइज की एरे बनेगी जिसमें एक्स और वाई जाएगा, बिना नाम की एरे, उस एरे का कोई नाम ही नहीं है, और वो रिटर्न हो जाएगी। ठीक है।
ठीक।
कितनी ऊपर? कुछ तो लिमिट होगी। इनफाइनाइट। इंटीजर डॉट मैक्स वैल्यू। सही सीख रहे हो। So should we discuss next problem now? Should we discuss next problem? Converting a 1D array to 2D array. कहाँ गई जान, हिम्मत कहाँ गई? अच्छा वेट, चलो ठीक है, वेट। स्पेशल नंबर है, सोच रहा हूँ इसी पे रोक दूँ स्कोर। सर्च कर लेना। चले अगले क्वेश्चन पर। अगले क्वेश्चन पर चले। Okay, so next problem will be, and this is on lead code, the score is different. I have different score on lead code, it is 700 something. Problem is convert 1D array to a 2D array. Convert a 1D array into a 2D array. So what is the problem? There will be a 1D array given to you. There will be a 1D array given to you. Let's suppose the 1D array elements are 10, 20, 30 and so on. 10, 20, 30, that is not important. The values are not important. Let us take increasing order elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Let's take till 160. Or let's take till 4 into 3. So 4 into 3. Okay. So let's take till 120 only. 4 into 3. Yes. So these are the 1D array elements. The 1D array size is nothing but 12. There are 12 elements in 1D array. 12 elements in 1D array. 0 to wait. 0, 1. Have I missed any element? I guess I have missed 1, 1, 0. So there will be 110. There will be 120. This is the 10th index. This is the 11th index. So there will be 12 elements in the 1D array. And what you need to do, you need to convert this 1D array into a 2D array of a given dimensions. If I am asking you, can you convert the array size of 12, 1D array of size 12 into 2D array of rows 4 and column 3? Can you do it? Is it possible? Is it possible? Is it possible, yes or no? Can you convert 12 elements into 4 rows, 3 columns? This will be the input. This will be the input. This will be the input. And this will be the input. Number of rows, number of columns. Can you first convert 12 number of elements into 4 rows, 3 columns? If there are 4 rows, 3 columns, what will be the number of elements in matrix? 12 only. So it is possible. First thing is, yes, it is possible. But how to convert? How to convert? And you have to fill again row by row, top to bottom, left to right. Row by row, top to bottom, left to right. You have to fill in the same fashion. So this is the matrix. And there are 4 rows. And there are 3 columns. How to fill the elements from a 1D array into a 2D array? Answer will be, I am first telling the answer. Answer will be 10, 20, 30, then 40, 50, 60, row by row, top to bottom, left to right, 80, 90, 70, 80, 90, and finally 100, 110, 120. How to do this? Can you do it using the input, the way by which we took input of a 1D array, basically by way which we took input of a 2D array and filled it row by row, column by column? We used to run 2 loops, 1 loop for row, 1 loop for column, and we used to say that matrix of row comma column is SCN dot nextInt. But instead of saying SCN dot nextInt, we will say array of index plus plus, array of 1D array plus plus, where 1D array is index plus plus, yes or no? That is, run a loop from 0 till last column, run a loop from 0 till last row, first for row, then for column. So starting from 0th row, 0th column, starting from 0th row, 0th column. Let us erase all of these values. Take a simple loop, take a loop on the input, run a loop on input, and run a loop on these cells also. Like we will be running the loop on matrix only, and this pointer will keep on updating. So there will be R0, R1, R2, R3. There will be C0, C1, C2. Okay. So first cell, insert 10, increase pointer. Then then put 20, increase the pointer. Put 30 in the next cell, increase the pointer. Put 40 in the next cell, increase the pointer. Put 50 in the next cell, increase the pointer. Put 60 in the next cell, increase the pointer, and so on. Put 70 in the next cell, row by row, column by column. First loop for row, then loop for column, left to right, top to bottom. So insert 80, increase the pointer. Insert 90, increase the pointer. Insert 100, increase the pointer. Insert 110, increase the pointer, that is index plus plus. Insert 120, index plus plus, and finally we have done. We have inserted all the elements. Is this clear? Is this first approach clear? Approach number 1. So what we can do? We can say run a loop on all the rows. Row is equals to 0. Row is less than total number of rows. So let's take this total number of rows. Let's take this total number of columns. So row is less than rows. Row plus plus. Then for columns, column is equal to 0. Column is less than cols. Col plus plus. Take an index of the input array and take the 2D matrix of given rows, given columns. Okay. Now simply say matrix of row, comma column is nothing but original array, 1D array of index plus plus. Every time insert the value and do index plus plus, go to the next element. This is it. Return the matrix. Clear everyone? Obviously, I have not taught you this question for this problem. ये कोड करवाने के लिए नहीं पढ़ाया है ये, but there is some other problem also. And what is that problem? Okay. So if it is not possible, how can we check whether we cannot insert the 1D array into 2D arrays? If let's suppose I am saying number of rows are 5, can we insert 12 elements? Can we insert 12 elements into rows 5 and columns 3? Is it possible? 5 rows, 3 columns? Obviously not. 5 into 3 is nothing but 15. We have only 12 elements. How can we insert? Not possible. So if we are saying if, and let me make this index downwards. Okay. So if we are saying the rows into columns is not equals to the original dot length, that is, if all the 1D array elements cannot be filled exactly into the 2D array, so return the empty array. Return an empty array of 0 rows, 0 columns. 0 rows, 0 columns. Okay, now it is like showing correct output for all the test cases. So let's submit. Is it clear to everyone? This first approach, is it clear? Easy problem? Easy problem? Yes or no? Not cool with C, cool with K. ड्राई रन फिर भी कर दो. इसमें क्या ड्राई रन करूंगा यार? अभी करा ही तो था ड्राई रन. दिव्यांशु, क्या समझ नहीं आया इसमें जो ड्राई रन करना है? ये पैरामीटर रोज कॉलम्स क्या है? मैट्रिक्स तो हम फंक्शन के अंदर बना रहे हैं. देखो क्वेश्चन बताएगा ना, क्वेश्चन बताने वाला है कि भाई मैट्रिक्स में कितने रोज और कितने कॉलम लेने हैं. भाई कितने रोज कितने कॉलम्स की मैट्रिक्स बनानी है, कितने रोज कितने कॉलम्स की मैट्रिक्स बनानी है, वो क्वेश्चन बताएगा हमें. मतलब हमें इनपुट में मिलेगा. We will get the number of rows, we will get the number of columns in the input so that we know how much big array we want. If the matrix number of elements are 12, we can make an array of 6,2. We can make an array of 6 rows, 2 columns. We can make an array of 2D array of 2 columns, sorry, 2 rows, 6 columns. We can make an array of only 1 row and 12 columns, or only we can say 12 rows and 1 column. Dimensions can be very, like, it is dependent on us, but it will be defined according to the problem. The problem will give us the dimensions. Is it clear, Arman? Why parameter have the number of rows, number of columns? सबमिट कर दो यार फटाफट, फिर इसमें एक बहुत ही बढ़िया कॉन्सेप्ट समझाना है, how to convert a 1D index into a 2D index and how to convert 2D index into a 1D index. Very important concept. Sir, then why we are checking this condition? Because lead code is very smart. Lead code can give us corner cases when the transformation is not possible. They are saying they can also give you a test case if the transformation is not possible, then also. So check for the test case when the transformation is not possible. They are saying the elements something 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 blah 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 return a matrix of m rows n columns according to the above procedure on an empty array if it is impossible. If it is not possible to create that much 2D array, that much size 2D array, so create a empty, return a empty 2D array. That is zeros rows, zeros columns. चलो जो मेरे को ये बता देगा ना, if one can tell me the difference between the line number 1 which is matrix 1 is equals to the nothing or equals to null, or let's say equals to nothing. This is the first statement. The second statement will be integer square brackets mat is equals to null, and the third statement will be integer square bracket mat3 is equals to new int 0 0. What is the difference between all these three lines conceptually? जो ये बता पाएगा मेरी तरफ से प्लेस होने के बाद चॉकलेट. What is the difference between line number 1, line number 2, line number 3? And if any two lines are same, so which two lines are same? Is it visible clearly? Like, is the writing okay, or should I code it? Clearly writing visible है या फिर कोड में लिखूं? ठीक है, कोड में लिख देते हैं. So I am saying three lines are int square bracket mat1 is equals to nothing. Integer square bracket mat2 is equals to null. Integer square bracket mat3 is equals to new int 0 comma 0. And let's take one more matrix. Integer square bracket mat4 is equals to new int, let's say 1 comma nothing, or let's say 5 comma nothing. Okay, so what is the difference between 4 lines? ठीक है, अब कोड में मांगा है तो एक और क्वेश्चन आ गया, एक और ऑप्शन आ गया. Conceptually, in memory mapping, what will happen? In memory mapping, for all these 4 test cases, what will happen? कोई अनम्यूट करके बताना चाहेगा? Anyone wants to unmute and answer? और कोई? Anyone else? Anyone other than Rishikesh? Okay, Naval.
जो पहला मैट्रिक्स है उसमें सर हम लोग एड्रेस कर रहे हैं, पहले मैट्रिक्स को रेफरेंस दे रहे हैं.
पहली मैट्रिक्स mat1 में क्या कर रहे हैं?
रेफरेंस दे रहे हैं एड्रेस
मतलब रेफरेंस वेरिएबल बना रहे हैं, ये बोल रहे हो?
यस सर।
तो रेफरेंस वेरिएबल कहाँ बनेगा?
सर ये मैंने क्या नाम है, स्टैक में, सॉरी सर।
स्टैक में बनेगा रेफरेंस वेरिएबल, स्टैक में बनते थे। और उस रेफरेंस वेरिएबल में जाएगा क्या?
बस
reference
वेरिएबल डिफाइन होगा,
क्या डिफाइन होगा?
मैट वन डिफाइन होगा बस।
नहीं ठीक है, डिफाइन तो होगा, कुछ ना कुछ
हाँ।
वैल्यू तो गई होगी ना। एक बॉक्स बना है, एक बेसिकली रेफरेंस टाइप का बॉक्स बना है जिसमें एड्रेस जाने वाला है। तो भाई उसमें जाएगा क्या इनिशियली, अगर सिर्फ इतना लिख देते हो तो? और कोई
सर
आधा
मैट का एड्रेस हो
आधा
जाएगा।
तो ठीक था, यही यहाँ तक ठीक है भाई। एक मैट वन नाम का रेफरेंस वेरिएबल बन जाएगा स्टैक में। उसके बाद क्या होगा पहली लाइन पे?
पहले में सर इंट वैल्यू असाइन होगी, मतलब कि
नहीं। और कोई? अनडिफाइंड नहीं होता जावा में, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक अनडिफाइंड इन जावा। See, conceptually it will be null. Conceptually it will be null. It will store null. What does null means? Nothing. Null means nothing. Null is different from this thing that I will discuss in remaining two test cases, but initially it will contain null. But this syntax will give you a compilation error. This syntax will most probably, like let's see also, but it will most probably give you a compilation error that you have not initialized the matrix one variable. You have not initialized it. You have just done the declaration. You have only done declaration, but you have not initialized matrix one. So most probably it will give like a compilation error. Let's check. Let's comment all of this and let's check. Okay, so it is running. Okay, no problem. It is running. But I have seen in VS Code, it sometimes give you a compilation error if you are using it. Actually, if you are using it, it will give you a compilation error that you cannot use matrix one if it is not initialized. But currently, since you are not using it, so it is running and it is basically storing null. So if it is storing null, the first test case is same as second test case. The first test case, because it is storing null, even if you does not mention, it is still storing null. And if you mention explicitly, it is still storing null. So second test case is also the matrix 2 reference variable, which is created in stack. The matrix 2 reference variable, which is created in stack, it is also storing null. It is also storing null. Null means nothing, no array, nothing, no array dot length, no matrix dot length, nothing. Now third thing, if I ask you third thing, that is matrix 3, will we create a matrix variable that is reference variable, yes or no, for third line? Yes. For third line, will we create a reference variable? Yes. And the reference variable will be in the stack, that is M83. Will we create an array also? Like, will we create an object of array? Will we create an object of array? Yes, this is the point. We will also create an object of array inside the heap. For the third line, we will also create an object of array inside the heap. All the object contains nothing. Like, it will contain the object, the data, the array itself. Let's say it is at 4,000 location. So matrix will contain 4,000 location, but actually the matrix is empty. The array reference is empty and there are no arrays. Like there is just, you can say, a data array and it is pointing to null. It is like initially null. So it is creating an array, it is creating a heap object, it is creating a stack object, but there are no arrays, there are no rows, there are no columns. There is nothing inside data. But you are creating two things. You are creating heap object also because you are using new keyword, and you are also creating a stack reference variable. Is this clear? Due to left hand side, we are creating stack reference variable. Due to right hand side, we are creating a heap object. But inside heap object, nothing is there. No rows, no columns, empty, khali. Clear? Fourth will not give an error. It will not give an error. Now, if I ask you fourth step, MAT4, what it will do? Fourth. Let's discuss the fourth point in the next slide. Let's discuss the fourth point in the next slide. So this was the first, second, third step. And let's discuss the fourth thing. Okay, so will matrix for reference variable will be created? Matrix for reference variable, where stack or heap? In the stack or in heap? Reference variables, primitive variables are always created in stack, and the objects, arrays, strings are created in heap. So I'm saying reference variable will always get created in stack, which is MAT4. What it will contain? It will contain the address of the array of references, Inside the heap object, will we create array of references? Will we create array of references? Yes or no? Will we create array of references? Yes. How much will be the size of array of references? How many rows we have? How many rows we have? कितनी rows है हमारे पास? We have 5 rows. So we will contain an array of references of 5 size. Let's say 4000. So this is storing 4000. But if I am asking what will be stored at reference of 0, reference of 1, reference of 2, reference of 3, reference of 4. That is at 0th row, what is stored? At first row, what? At second row, at third row, at fourth row, what is stored? No, it is not 0. Integer array is not integer only. Integer is different, integer array is different. These are integer arrays. These are not integers. This is array of integers. So sorry, this is not array of integers. This is array of integer arrays. इसमें क्या stored है? इसमें integer array के references stored है. भूल गए क्या? इसमें references stored है. It does not contain the element zeros. It contains the references. So initially, what will be the references if these are not created? अगर बनाए नहीं है references, अगर बनी नहीं है arrays, if there are no columns, so what will initially it will contain? Very good. It will contain null. All these will contain null. This will contain null. This will contain null. So I am showing null using capital N. Null, 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 and finally this is also null. So it will contain an array of references of 5 size, but initially it will always contain null. All these will be null. Is this point also clear? The fourth thing, I can prove it. I can also prove it. Let's prove it also. So let's comment this. Let's uncomment this. So let's say system.out.println. If I say mat.length, mat4.length actually, what will be the answer? mat4.length. It will be 5. There are 5 rows. So in the standard output, it will give you 5. It will give you 5. But if I ask you mat4 of 0.length, mat4 of 0.length, will it give compilation error or will it give 0 or will it give something? mat4 of 0.length. It will give you error because you do not have anything at 0. You have null. You have null. So how can you give null.length? Null.length is not possible. So it will give you a null pointer exception or index out of bound exception, something like that. So it is giving you something like construct something exception. But okay, null pointer exception only. Null pointer exception. You are accessing length of a null element. How can you access basically null's length? Null मतलब कुछ नहीं का length क्या होगा? होगा ही नहीं. कर ही नहीं सकते access. But what if I say that print matrix of 4 of 0? What it will print? Matrix 4 of 0. It will print null. It will print null. Let's see null. It is printing null. Is it clear? All will print null. Matrix 4 of 0, matrix 4 of 1, matrix 4 of 2, and so on. हर जगह null पड़ा होगा. Matrix 4 of 2. 3 ही दिखा देता हूँ. तीनों पे ही null पड़ा होगा. ठीक है? All the 4 things. Only declaration. Only declaration. This is declaration plus initialization, but initialization is nothing. You are initializing it to nothing, null. Initialize कर बोलने को कर रहे हो लेकिन एक्चुअल में तो कर ही नहीं रहे. एक्चुअल में तो null बोल रहे हो जो कि बाय डिफॉल्ट होता भी है. So these are same. Line number 1, line number 2 are same. Now this is initializing also. This is declaration also and initialization also. But in initialization there is nothing in the heap. There is nothing in the heap. Actually, like you have created an object, but there is nothing inside that object. Data is null. Nothing. No array of references, no array of no arrays. But here we have created a reference variable, we have created an array also, and we have said array of references will be created of 5 size, that is number of rows size, but in each cell it will be null because you do not have created the arrays, you do not have created the columns. चारों समझ आए? ठीक है, so क्या टाइम हो रहा है? So should we discuss new problem or should we discuss the index mapping? That is how to convert a 1D index into a 2D index and 2D index into a 1D index, or should we discuss different problem? कोई और problem discuss करें या फिर 1D को 2D में और 2D को 1D में mapping discuss करनी है? Mapping is easy and very important also. Resume building आज नहीं यार, आज नहीं, टाइम आने दो. Okay, let's discuss mapping. Let's discuss 1D to 2D and 2D to 1D mapping. 1D to 2D and 2D to 1D index mapping. So if I take the same dimensions, this is the 1D array of 12 size. N is 12. And this is the 2D array. This is the 2D array of number of rows as 4 and number of columns as 3. And the elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Okay. And also let me write the coordinates. This is C0, this is C1, this is C2. This is R0, R1, R2, R3. So if I give you a 1D index as index, this is a 1D index. How can you convert it if you know the number of rows, if you know the number of columns? Using a formula, how can you convert into a particular row, comma, column? What will be the row, what will be the column? In 2D. If you know the 2D number of rows, if you know the 2D number of columns. Similarly, if I say you, if you know the row, comma, column of a 2D index, if you know a 2D index, let's suppose if you know 2, 1. So how can you convert this 2, 1 into 7? And if you are given 7, how can you convert it into 2, 1? अगर आपको 3 दे दिया जाए तो 3 से आप 40 कहाँ पर है 1, 0. How can you convert 3 to 1, 0? And similarly, if you are given 1, 0, how can you convert 1, 0 into 3? Depending on the number of rows and number of columns. So how can you convert row, comma, column into a 1D index? Is the problem clear? Is the problem clear? What is the problem asking? अगर आपको बोल दिया जाए कि भाई 1D इंडेक्स 3 है तो वो 2D में क्या है? वो 2D में है 3 इंडेक्स है 2D में 40 यानी 1, 0, 1, 0. और अगर वो 1, 0 है 2D में तो फिर वो 1D में क्या है? वो 3 है. 1, 0 is 3 in the 1D array. 1D को 2D में, 2D को 1D में कैसे कन्वर्ट करें? क्वेश्चन समझ आया है? क्या मांग रहा है? Is the question clear? इतना तो बता दो क्वेश्चन क्लियर है या नहीं, या और एग्जांपल लूं? ठीक है, सोचो कैसे करेंगे. 5 मिनट लो. अच्छा क्वेश्चन है ये. हिंट दे रहा हूँ, मैथमेटिक्स लगेगी. मैथमेटिक्स मतलब प्लस माइनस डिवाइड मल्टीप्लाई मॉडुलस वो सब लगेगा. I am not asking you to create an array. I am not asking you to create an array. I am asking you, if I am giving you a coordinate 5 in 1D array, how can you say the 5th coordinate in 1D array, which is 60, is stored at 1, 2 in the 2D array? If I am saying you, if in 1D array, if the element is at 9th index, So in the 2D array, it is at 3,0 index. If in 1D array, the element is at 0th index, so in the 2D array, is it at 0,0 index? So how to convert a 1D array index into a 2D array index? Using a formula, using constant operation. Similarly, if I am giving you vice versa, that is if I give you 90's coordinate is 2, 2. So how can you figure out the index of 90 in the 1D array? Similarly, if I give you a coordinate of 17 in 2D array, which is 2, 0, how can you give me the coordinate of 17 1D array, which is 6th index? This is the problem. No, array is not sorted. There is nothing like sorted data. सोचो, थोड़ा दिमाग लगाओ, थोड़ा ज्यादा दिमाग लगाओगे तो हो जाएगा काम. अब बोल दो ज्यादा दिमाग तो है ही नहीं. Yes, you can use mod, you can use division. Use the C++ technique, use the row major thing. Remember, one row, after one row, the second row, after second row, the third row, after third row, the fourth row. Use that technique and use the basically row major thing, that is after first row, second row immediate, then third row, then fourth row, and so on. अब सोचो, अब 5 मिनट दे रहा हूँ. Currently it is 9:18. Think till 9:23. और चैट में आंसर लिखते रहो, अगर सही होगा तो मैं बताते जाऊंगा, ठीक है? एंड प्लीज राइट टू पर्सनल चैट. There is no question link, but this question will be used. This concept will be used in lot of problems. In a lot of problems, actually. Like at least you can say 10-20 problems. This concept. In what terms you have to give me the answer? If I am giving you the index, so you have to give me row, column in terms of index, in terms of total rows, in terms of total columns. In these 3 terms, you have to give me the answer. If I am giving you a row, column, so what would be the 1D coordinate? In what terms you have to give me the answer? You will give me the answer in row, column, total rows, total columns. मतलब इन दोनों को आप यूज कर सकते हो. It is given to you. कुछ मतलब बहुत हद तक सही है अमन, थोड़ा और क्लोज रहो. मतलब रो कॉलम, रो कॉल कहीं पर रोज होगा. रो और रोज में फर्क है. आर और रोज में फर्क है. आर तो है उस रो का कोऑर्डिनेट और रोज है टोटल कितनी रोज है. बहुत क्लोज हो, थोड़ा सा चेंज करना है. यार पर्सनल पे लिख लो यार, बता नहीं पाऊंगा सही है या नहीं. एंड मैं बताकर स्पॉइल नहीं करना चाहता सबका. By the way, Arman, you are also wrong. Binodni wrong. Little bit wrong. Like you guys are very close, but little bit wrong. Chandra also little bit wrong. एक बार सारे इंडेक्सेस के लिए ट्राई तो कर लो. Try for all the indices. The formula will be pretty clear. नवरोत्तम हर जगह रो कॉल ले लिया. रोज कॉल्स और आर सी की टर्म्स में बताओ. रो रोज कॉल कॉल्स या फिर आर रोज और सी कॉल्स इन टर्म्स में आंसर बताने. लेट मी ऑल्सो कंफर्म. मैं सबको गलत बोले जा रहा हूँ. 2-3 जनों का सेम आ चुका आंसर. सो दिस इज into yeah, like till now everyone is wrong. Till now everyone is wrong. Okay, so I am discussing. Should I discuss? बहुत ही क्लोज हो यार आप सब, लेकिन थोड़ा गलत कर रहे हो. थोड़ा रोज में और कॉल कॉल्स में कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो. लेकिन ये तो एक ही पार्ट है. यू आर कन्वर्टिंग 1D 2D into 1D, but also you have to discuss 1D into 2D. एक तो ये रोज के चक्कर में मैं भी आंसर भूल जाऊंगा. आंसर शिवाजी you are also wrong. Shrishti you are also wrong. शिवाजी little bit wrong still. Little, just one variable is wrong. एक वेरिएबल गलत है अभी भी. Sorry, wait. Yeah, one variable is wrong. चलो कोई नहीं, मैं बता देता हूँ. बहुत क्लोज ही हो सबके सब. बता दूं? Should I discuss? ठीक है. So if I am saying the input is index is table बना लिया करो. For these kind of questions, make a table. If I am saying input is 0, index is 2, index 3, index 4, index 5, index 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, इतनी तरह की तो values हैं. What is the 2D coordinate? What is the 2D coordinate? This is 2D coordinate and this is 1D index. So 2D coordinate for 0 is 0, 0. For 1 is a 0, 1. For 2 is a 0, 2. For 3 it is 1, 0. For 4 it is 1, 1. For 5 it is 1, 2. For 6 it is 2, 0. 7 2, 1. 8 2, 2. Then 9 3, 0. 3, 1 and 3, 2. Okay. Total number of rows are 4. Total number of columns are 3. Total number of rows are 4. Total number of columns are 3. So what I am saying, you can assume all these 3 elements are in the same row. Then all these 3 elements are in the same row. Then all these 3 elements are in the same row. And finally, last 3 elements are in the same row. So if I am saying one row, if I am saying there is one row, so how many elements are there? अगर एक row बोल रहा हूँ मैं, तो कितने elements है एक row में? One row will have rows number of elements. One row will have 4 elements. Rows is nothing but 4. So will one row have 4 elements? No, it will have 3 elements. One row will have false element. It will have 3 elements. एक row के पास 3 elements है. One row will have 3 elements. यही तो देखा था. If row is fixed, loop on columns. If column is fixed, loop on rows. So one row will have 3 elements. One row will have calls number of elements, 3 number of elements. So if I am saying the input is 0, 0, 0, 1 or 0, 2, first thing, All these have 0 rows. All these have 0 rows. So can I say, let's suppose this is the element. Can I say this element can be said like, I have skipped 2 rows, I have jumped 2 rows, and I have jumped 2 columns. क्या मैं ऐसा बोल सकता हूँ कि मैंने एक और दो रोज को जंप किया है और एक और दो कॉलम्स को जंप किया है? ये बोल सकते हैं? To get to 90, I can say I have jumped 2 rows and I have jumped 2 columns. To get to maybe 110, to get to 110, can I say I have jumped 3 rows? 3 रो जंप करी है, पहली दूसरी तीसरी. I have jumped 3 rows and I have jumped 1 column. I have jumped 3 rows down and I have jumped 1 column to the right. Yes. So how to figure out these 3 rows? How to figure out these 3 number of rows? Can I say these are nothing but what? What is the current coordinate? What is the current coordinate? The current coordinate is 3, 1. It is 3, 1. So how many elements are these? If I have jumped 3 rows, rows number of rows. So how many elements are these? How many elements are these? These are rows into rows number of, basically the current coordinate, number of rows, the row coordinate into the number of elements in the one row. That is row into columns. The first thing is how to convert a 2D coordinate, row comma column, or R comma C, or X comma Y. Let's take X comma Y to avoid some confusion. So it will be the coordinate X into number of columns plus what? How much you are jumping in columns plus Y. It will be the 1D coordinate. This is the 2D coordinate. This will be the 1D coordinate. Let's confirm. 0, 0. 0 into 3 plus 0. 0 only. 0 into 3 plus 0. So I am showing this is 0 into 3 plus 0. That is how many rows you have jumped? 0 rows. How many columns you have jumped? 0 columns. 0 into 3 plus 1. How many rows you have jumped? 0 rows. How many columns you have jumped? 1 column. For getting to this element, how many rows you have jumped? No rows. How many columns you have jumped? 1 column. So 0 into 3 plus 1. To get 0, 2 to 2, how many rows you have jumped? No rows. 0, 2, no rows you have jumped. कोई भी row jump नहीं करी, कोई भी row नीचे नहीं आए. But columns, how many columns? We have jumped 2 columns. So 0 into 3 plus 2. Is this much clear? 0 into 3 plus 0, 0 into 3 plus 1, 0 into 3 plus 2. Yes or no? Okay. Similarly, for 1, 0, how many rows we have jumped? How many rows? 1 row we have jumped. So if we are jumping 1 row, are we jumping 1 element or are we jumping 3 elements or 4 elements? How many? 3 elements. Jumping 1 row means skipping all columns of that row. That is calls number of elements. Skip 1 row means skip 3 elements, jump 3 elements. So it will be 1 into 3 plus 0. That is jump 1 row, but do not jump columns. For this element, jump 1 row, that is jump 3 elements and do not jump any column. So the 1 into 3, that is 3 elements plus 0 elements. So the coordinate will be third coordinate. This is 0 coordinate, 0 into 3 plus 0. This is 0 into 3 plus 1. This is 0 into 3 plus 2. This is 1 into 3 plus 0. What it will be? This element. 1 row you have jumped. So 3 elements you have jumped. 1 into 3 plus 1 column you have also jumped. So 1 into 3 plus 1. X into columns plus Y. X into columns plus Y. That is 1 into 3. 3 elements plus 2 elements in the same column, in the same row. For 70, how many rows? For 70, how many rows you have jumped? How many rows? For getting to 70, 2 rows. So if we are jumping 2 rows, can we say 2 into 3 elements we have skipped? That is 6 elements we have skipped. We have traversed 6 elements. Plus, how many elements in the same column? हमारे वाले कॉलम में कितने एलिमेंट स्किप करे हमने? 0 एलिमेंट्स. So 2 into 3 plus 0 plus 0. So row, the x coordinate into number of columns plus y coordinate. X coordinate into number of columns plus y coordinate. Is this formula clear? Is this formula clear? Is this formula clear? ठीक है, टाइम तो अब बच चुका है और मुझे पता है कंसंट्रेशन भी 0 हो जाती है आप लोगों की. So I will discuss the opposite formula or try it as a homework, the opposite formula. That is, if I give you index, how can you give the index? From the index, how can you give me the row? How can you give me the column? From 1D coordinate, how can you give me 2D coordinate? that I am giving you as a homework. अच्छा आज मैच है क्या? आज इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया है। इंडिया कौन सा है? इंडिया साउथ अफ्रीका। तो वो तो ओडीआई थे ना? ओडीआई थे शायद। यस और नो? अच्छा T20 है। पहले T20 है फिर ओडीआई है, क्योंकि जितना मुझे याद है दिल्ली में ओडीआई है और मेरा मन है जाने का, देख के आने का। ठीक है ठीक है, नेवर माइंड। सो लेट्स एंड द क्लास, लेट्स मीट टुमारो। बाय बाय एवरीवन। नॉट एंड द क्लास बट यू कैन गो नाउ फॉर द बूस्टर सेशन। एंड दो गीक्स्टर क्लास कहाँ से आ गई इसमें? दो गीक्स्टर क्लास कहाँ से आ गई? किसको होस्ट बनाया जाए? ठीक है, सो देयर इज ओनली वन गीक्स्टर क्लास। बाय बाय, बाय बाय एवरीवन।
Okay, let's begin. Abhi, are you there? First of all, tell me whether I'm audible. Am I audible? Is my voice breaking? Somebody is saying yes, somebody no. Okay, no problem. I'll change my voice. Okay, now is it audible? Now is it audible? Tell me. Abhi say it? Okay. So Abdesh, are you there? Or he is left? Not Abhishek, Abdesh. He's there, but he's not responding. The code for multiplication of matrix was correct. The mistake he was doing is in the dimension of the answer matrix which he was taking. He was taking as the same size C1, C2, which was wrong, eventually wrong. Okay, so any more doubts? Or should we go on for revision? Rishikesh, I have resolved your doubt also. See, the question was very simple. I don't know what you were doing. I just did like whatever would be the naive approach. I just coded this and it worked. And that also 100%. So, is my screen visible? Tell me. So what I'm doing is basically I'll be taking the number of empty bottles and the empty has to be tracked in this. Okay, I'll share the link of this question. Everybody can try out this question. Okay, so the question is you will be given some number of bottles. Okay, you will be given some number of bottles and you need to find how many empty bottles remain like after all the. अरे ये अभिषेक ये वाला कराया नहीं गया है, ये ऋषिकेश का डाउट था और एक इजी लेवल का अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, इसलिए मैं उसे डिस्कस कर ले रही हूँ. इफ यू वांट, इफ यू डोंट वांट, आई वोंट डिस्कस दिस. Anybody is there who wants that I should not discuss this question currently in the class? So I will share this code to Rishikesh and I will stop here. नहीं Rishikesh कहे तो discuss करो. Okay. So first of all, see what is the question. Question is you will be given some number of bottles. No, ma'am, please discuss. So you will be given some number of bottles which are filled initially. Okay. Then you will be given a num exchange value. Num exchange value means you will, after you have emptied these many number of bottles, you can buy one more bottle from this many number of empty bottles. Matlab ki initially 9 bottles are given. So tell me, if you like drink all of these bottles, then by like in exchange of this 3 bottles, you will be able to get one filled bottle. Okay, this is the question. So if you like empty all these, how many filled bottle you will be able to get at last? 3 bottles. These 3 will be giving me 1 bottle. These 3, 1, these 3, 1, right? Now what you can do is, you can exchange 3 bottles only. Like you can have to make pairs of three bottles, not pairs, triplets of num exchange, that is 3. So 3 you have taken, and in exchange of 3 you got 1. Now again there is 3 bottle, again there is a 3 bottle. This is a popular aptitude question. If anybody has done aptitude any time in his or her life, he might be familiar with this question, he or she. Now we got 3 filled bottles. Now I can get, since this is num exchange number of bottles, I can get 1 more bottles emptying all these 3 bottles, right? If I like drink all these 3 bottles, I'll be able to get 1 full bottle with the use of 3 empty bottles. Yes. Now 1 bottle remains. Since 1 bottle remains, now I don't have num exchange number of bottles. Means I can't get anything in exchange of this bottle. So what I'll do is I'll drink this bottle and that's all. After I drink this, now how many empty bottles are there? 1, 2, 3, 9 is there. 9 plus 3, 12, and 12 plus 1, 30. So hence the answer is 30. Okay. Next, this question. In this question, you will be given 15 bottles, and here instead of 3, the num exchange they have given is 4. That means after you have emptied 4 bottles, now you can exchange, you can get 1 bottle in exchange of 4 bottles. So see, since 15 bottles are there, how many like groups of 4 we can make? Only 3 groups, right? 3 groups are possible, because in the 4th group, 1 bottle should be there. 1 more bottle, if it was there, then only we would be able to make num exchange number of bottles. So how many bottles? I can empty only 12 bottles, because rest 3 I am not able to get equal to exchange number of times. Okay, so since I have made, like I have drink how many of bottles? 1, 2, 3. These 3 lines are used. So these many bottles will be getting emptied. This many bottles will be getting emptied. Is my voice speaking? Tell me. Very gosh. Okay, wait. And then it goes down. Now here somewhat, or still not. Okay, now tell me whether I'm audible. अभी सही है थोड़ा, या अभी भी same condition is there? Somebody is saying no, somebody is saying yes. What should I conclude? ठीक है, तो क्या ये बोलूं अब? ठीक है, ऐसे भी है, ऐसे ही काम चलाना पड़ेगा अभी तो। So should I continue this question? These be flow ho jate hain. Okay, so I was discussing something like this. Now I have taken, I'll be making pairs of 4, not pairs, groups of 4 from these bottles. But tell me how many groups you will be able to make from 15 bottles? Only 3 groups. Only 3 groups. We can't make 4 groups, because in the 4th group, 1 bottle is missing, right? Right. Yes. Tell me. Yes, लिख दिया करो यार. I get confused whether I'm audible or not. अभी तो वैसे भी problems हो रही. So now what will be happening is I have emptied these many number of bottles. So why not track in a variable the number of bottles that are getting empty? Okay. So right now I have like empty 12 bottles, so I add it in empty. Now since 3 bottles were left, and in exchange of these groups I'll be able to obtain 3 more bottles. ये 4 bottles के बदले एक bottle. In this exchange of these bottles I'll be able to obtain 1 more bottle. Similarly, in exchange of this 4 I'll be able to obtain this one. So total 3 more bottles I will get, and in this group 3 were left, right? 3 were left. So total how many bottles I have now? 6 bottles. 3 from here, 3 initially what like the group I was not able to make. 3 from here and 3 from here. Now I have 6 bottles. Now tell me how many groups you will be able to make of 4 size, like of 4 bottles. From 6 bottles, how many groups of 4 you will be able to make? 1 group. Very good, Shweta. Why? Because 6 bottles will be there. So I can take only 4 bottles. I have to take num exchange number of bottles. So I have taken 4 bottles and still 2 bottles are left, right? Still 2 bottles are left. So in exchange of this 4 bottles, I'll be able to get 1 more bottle. In exchange of this 4 bottles, I will be able to get 1 more bottle. At the same time, since I'm using them, since I have emptied them, I will add it to. Okay. Now, 1 more bottle I got in exchange of these 4 bottles, and 2 bottles were left from here. Yes. यहाँ 6 में से 4 ही यूज हुआ था, 2 तो बचा था. So these 2 left bottles and 1 bottle which I obtained after using this. Now I have 3 bottles. I have 3 bottles now. Yes. Now tell me, can I make any number of group like 4 using 4 bottles? Can I make any group now? क्या एक ग्रुप भी मैं बना पाऊंगी 4 bottles का अगर मेरे पास 3 bottle है? No. That's what I'll do is I will drink all the 3 bottles and empty them. I will drink all the 3 bottles and empty them. So in how many, like total how many empty bottles would be there? यहाँ सबसे पहले 12 bottles we used. 12 bottles, so 12 got emptied. Then there were total 6 bottles in which I used 4 bottles, right? अभी फिर वॉइस ब्रेक कर रही होगी. Okay. In 12. Okay. So 12 bottles plus 4 bottles, which I emptied here. 16 bottles now is there. Total 16 bottles is there. Yes. In the next step, how many bottles were there? 3 bottles were there. After 2 bottles were left from here, and 4 in exchange of these 4, I obtained 1. So total 3 bottles would be remaining. Yes. And in exchange of these 3 bottles, I won't be able to. So 12 plus 4 plus 3, that is 12 plus 4 plus 3, 19. So the answer is 9. Question is clear? Question is clear? Somewhat. This is a new question as well as important. Okay. If question is clear, you try out it for once. All those who said question is clear, will you try out? I have already shared like the logic. I have already shared. Try by yourself for 5 minutes, please. Will you try? All those who are here, take one example. Take this example. It would be better to take this example and try to code. Basically, how are you finding many bottles? How are you able to make groups? That is the Hello. Hello. Still not audible, yes? Still not audible. Okay, please. So I'm deciding that I will be ending today's booster session and come back tomorrow with a solution. Okay, so can we end it now? Can we end it now? All of you try this question, okay? Good question it is. Okay. You leave, we will discuss. Okay. Okay, great, I'm leaving. Who said, ma'am, you leave, we will discuss? No, I'm leaving, like I'm ending the meet here itself. You're not allowed to do so.